Hello, everyone, and welcome to Fireside Stories, the show where we play Pathfinder because we're a bunch of nerds.
Yep.
Switch to everybody, actually, rather than just me. So, welcome. This is episode 5, where we are currently in the town of Rianmar, where 2 people in the party have confirmed that there is an illicit drug trade of the substance known as Shiver happening. The other 2 were, let's say, preemptive in their in being vigilantes, and got caught and are currently in stockades.
You have failed this city.
They haven't failed yet. It's so far the only person that's failed.
Yes.
Anyways, let's go ahead and introduce the rest of the cast. So, we'll start right over
It's
here.
gonna be a fun night.
Hello, I am John, also known as Refractive Studios on Twitch, and I am playing as Abner the Druid.
I'm Jesse. I am playing Jude, the Blood Ranger.
I'm Wade, also known as Armfell Guild RPG on Twitch, and I'm going to be playing Dorn Ragbar, the Dwarven Gunslinger.
I'm Alex, playing a halfling named Viz.
Cool. Let's get started.
Adventure!
Because we're like
And then, in a non-copyright infringing way. All right. So,
This is where you see like fire starters stay right where we are because we're locked up.
fire starters.
all right. So, since 2 of the party are currently in, basically they're in prison. I mean,
Timeout?
it's stockades. We're gonna cut to. Yeah, basically. So we're gonna cut to both Abner and Jude as they are still in the house that has the current victims from Shiver. You've just finished speaking to the doctor. You gave some advice as to herbs that would help lessen the effects of it. What would you like to do?
What time of day is it?
It is about 10 in the morning because you guys did the night watch and then haven't gone to
It
sleep.
wasn't that much behind.
Who's in place right now?
People that are suffering from the symptoms of the drug in beds, and then there are a few nurses and then the doctor that you spoke to.
Back to the patients?
You can try.
No, you're gonna talk to one of the patients.
I mean, the doctor gave us a general direction, but if we want to ask for some more, I think we can.
You can.
We try.
Nearest? The man is shivering in his bed, shaking violently, muttering to himself.
I'll pass. Never.
All right. With that said, what would you like to do?
I'm thinking we rough ourselves up a little bit, like people that are down on our luck. Go to that area where they've been known to sell and stuff, and see if we can get some proof that.
Stake our number.
I feel a little more confident about this one. Just saying.
Do you have extra clothes?
You're asking the doctor, right? I mean, I've got some scraps from a few of the people that didn't make it.
We'll take it.
Okay.
Is the area that it's in like a pretty urbanized area, or would there be like some shrubs and stuff that can like hide some extra belongings in?
It's a fairly urban area. The lower residential quarter that he pointed you towards, it's kind of the slums of the city. There aren't really bushes, but there are. I mean, there are like alleyways.
So, like,
and,
if I were to
filth,
take-
if you want to try to stash stuff there, you can.
Yeah, so if I were to take my outer coat and some extra supplies, it might go missing by the time I get back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's just leave our stuff here.
So do you mind if we leave some of our extra supplies here so we can look a little more down on our luck?
If you guys are able to end this thing, you can leave whatever you want here.
Okay. And then kind of take off some of my outer like outer clothes, put on some of those rags.
Yeah.
I
Leave my sword.
I conceal my dagger. I leave my bow because that's kind of hard to hide, and I keep up my staff since it's basically I can use it kind of as a
like
walking stick. I guess I can give
So
you.
you're just going without a weapon?
I can give him the knife I got from Viz. little piece of kitchen cutlery
All right.
in case things go down.
I need both of you to roll a disguise skill check.
Disguise. I don't, so I'm guessing it's a -1.
It's a -1.
I rolled a 2, so -1 is 1.
I got 11.
Okay. Since you're leaving gear, I'm gonna give you a slight bonus. Because it's not like you're trying to conceal all of your stuff.
Yeah.
But as you disguise yourself, and start heading in that direction, you can tell what you thought would be a disguise doesn't match what everyone else is wearing, type of thing. So
Although, to be fair, I guess druids aren't known as being the most dapper-looking individuals.
true, but
Yeah.
if you're trying, you realize if you're trying to look like a homeless beggar, you don't quite look like a homeless
It
beggar.
looks like I just smeared you see fingerprints on my face from the soot.
Basically. You look a bit more convincing, Jube, but you can tell that on close inspection it won't really hold up. Like if someone was walking by, they'll be like, whatever. But if someone is like walking up to you, they'll be like, this guy doesn't look right. True.
Fair enough. I guess, shall we head over?
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay.
So we'll be back for our stuff once we complete our task.
Okay. We will hang on to it as we treat these people.
Okay.
Head out.
Alright. So you head.
Away.
The
So
lower residential district is according to my notes.
Yep. So you make your way there. Go ahead and both roll perception checks for me.
14 plus 6, so modified 20.
14.
All right. You guys, when you get there, you see that while there are beggars, they aren't along every street. They are more congregated in front of the local parish of that area.
Okay. I guess we kind of work towards that area.
Okay. As you work your way there, a few people give you weird looks like, "What the heck are you wearing?" type of thing. But yeah, I mean, you walk there without incident. There are beggars there that kneel down, holding their hands out, heads low.
Okay, so they're actually begging there. It's not like they're waiting like a food line or anything.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. And we could split up a little bit, like keep within eyesight of each other. Okay.
Okay.
So like I guess I go kind of across the street or whatever, and just kind
I'll go
of pick a
stand.
spot.
I'll stand.
Okay. Okay. As time progresses, it's been about an hour and a half, and are you guys? I guess I should clarify. Are you guys trying to look like beggars as well, that type of thing?
Currently, yeah.
Okay. So, one of the other beggars kind of gets up and walks towards you, Abner, and goes, "Hey, man. So we're actually down on our luck. I mean, I can tell that what you're wearing, like, you don't need this money, but we do. What? Can you leave us alone?"
Well, between you and me, to be totally honest, I'm not looking for any money either. Any money I do collect, I will give to you and your friends.
It's very generous of you, sir.
I'm more looking to purchase. You know what I mean? Is there anybody in the area that's you know.
Roll a diplomacy check.
18
Nice. Yes.
plus.
I think that's-
Where's my diplomacy? So -1, so 17.
Okay. Whoa, keep this down, man. I don't
Exactly.
know how you heard about it, but if they know that other people know, they can really, hurt us. But
That's why I'm.
and that's one word for it. But it's there are a couple of patrols that go through here. I don't know which one sells it because I don't use that stuff, that horrible stuff. But I know one of them do.
Is there any particular code word or like area that they tend to deal?
From from the bits I've seen, like people I know that disappeared, typically congregate just 2 blocks south of here. Typically, that's where the people vanish from.
All right. I guess I didn't state before whether I left my gold behind, but
We could say. I
yeah,
mean, we can say you
could
have
say
it
I
on a
took.
pouch,
We could say I took like
hidden.
10 or 20 or something. So I guess I pull out one of my gold and hand it to him,
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're most generous.
and I kind of nod across the street to Jude, like, "Come on, I have a lead."
All right. We're gonna go ahead and cut to 2 people standing on stools so that their head and arms can reach the stockades.
Sure.
Is my stool a little taller?
No, you're kind of hanging more.
On his tiptoes.
Yeah. So as you're there, a guard comes up to you, as well as he's accompanied by the sheriff, and he walks up and goes, "What's this I hear about?" The sheriff speaks. "What's this I hear about a fire, or an attempted fire?"
Liz, you want to take this one?
Sure. Your guard here. We were having a conversation about how we are part of this group of mercenaries called the Firestarters. And
X-nay on that.
and he kept on saying that we weren't, and then he put us in jail. And without going to get you and talk to you, he did this. And we offered him some compensation. And as this was happening, he was talking to us, and I lit a torch in the middle of broad daylight, and then he hit me. And as he hit me, the torch went flying and hit your roof. Bluff check.
Roll bluff check.
It's true, Sheriff. I saw the whole thing.
12 plus 8.
It's a very compelling story you weave, but there are a few issues I take with the story. First, I did have guards come up to me and ask about some fire starters. I did not have information that the fire starters were you guys as well. So of course I said I do not know any fire starters. Second, I have the eyewitness report from the guard as well as the guards that arrested you. Well, I know there was a little bit more than just you lit a torch and he attacked you.
I kind of blacked out, man. I don't remember much. But all I do know is all we were trying to do was do the mission that was given to him. No, we were trying to scout out.
You were trying to scout out who the thieves are by burning down the place that they were at, that they had hit before.
You know, I just lit the torch. I did not try to burn down any building. I got hit, it flew out of my hands.
Except the account was that our friend here grabbed said torch and then threw it onto the roof.
I must have been knocked out at this point.
This was a lack of judgment on our behalf, and I promise no such trouble will ever come from us again. I'm like,
Are you being truthful or lying? Because I'm gonna have Alex roll a bluff check, and you, depending on if you're telling the truth or not, it's diplomacy or bluff for you. Okay, roll a bluff check.
because my diplomacy sucks.
So I got 20.
Okay.
21.
All right. I recommend that you go stick with your leader. He seems to be
Much wiser, smarter.
a little bit more
Talented.
tame when it comes to attempting to burn down our city.
Abner thought about that?
He is the one who called us the fire starters. I just won't get that.
I don't care. The penalty for what has transpired is 100 gold
Each or together?
each.
Here you go. I give it to him.
Okay.
I just hand it. I just hand it.
All right. So you both gave 100 gold. All right. Looks to the guard. Let him out.
Did they bring our stuff back to us?
He didn't, but the guard tells you like you can collect your stuff from the barracks or from the guardhouse right there, and it's basically like just part of the complex.
I go and get
is
my stuff then.
lockup or whatever.
Oh, shit.
But what?
Great fists.
And as after he said that, the sheriff walked away, and it was just the guard was left to like unlatch the stockades and let you out.
Yeah, I'm just gonna get my stuff, man. I am nothing without my weapons. I'm like a Jedi without his lightsaber. Wow, rude.
to be fair, a Jedi without a lightsaber is still pretty strong.
Yeah, it's still better than
still pretty.
On a side note,
Out of game.
What's the
We're gonna have a Star Wars debate.
you hear the voice of God in this universe. Actually, Jedi.
All right, so I go get my
God, is
stuff.
that you?
Hey, let's go
Does that
find
mean we found
Abner.
God?
Which one?
I don't know. You aren't religious in this.
So let's go find Abner and Jude, or we can go to the tavern.
Oh, God.
Yeah, good call.
I need a drink.
What tavern do you want to go to?
The lady one.
The one that we got kicked out of.
The Foghammer.
Okay.
That one, for reference, that one is on the other side of town.
Oh, let's just go to the lady one. I want to try to get that girl's number.
Don't say like that.
Uh,
Because her number. What kind of number are we talking about?
the numbers.
Her
that
house
tell me where
number?
her house. Yeah.
Her level,
Her
her
numbers.
HP.
Okay. So you guys make your way to the Good Princess.
Yep. I knew at least.
All right, you guys arrive. Do you just walk in? Is there anything you want to do outside?
Perception check.
Okay.
Just the one
It's
with
a
the
2. I
Big
see nothing.
dude, big dad dude, and the one that we tried to break the door down up. We definitely should not have gone back to this one. But let's do it.
I rolled a 2.
Okay.
Perception check.
There's, well, you can roll, but Alex, what you see, what Viz sees is, yeah, there are people on the street and there's a door.
Nice. He sees the door.
Yeah. You don't even see people. You're just thinking, I gotta get some ale.
All right. I'm gonna walk in
Okay.
and I'm gonna like lay low.
Okay.
Try to go into like a table or booth or whatever.
Okay. Roll a stealth check.
That's a 13 plus stuff. 9, so about 20
Okay.
plus.
The table.
Cool. No one
I'm gonna
sees
go
me.
Sit with him, kind of.
Okay. Roll a stealth check.
Ooh. Here it goes, bud.
Okay. As you take a seat, the woman walks up to you. As you take a seat, the woman walks up to your table and goes, "What can I get for?" Oh, it's you guys. Are you here to try?
Wait, no. Okay. I slid her like 5 gold pieces. We're not gonna cause trouble. We just want a drink.
Fine with me. Takes the 5 gold. What would you like to drink?
Do you see anything behind the counter that you would like?
I'm good for now.
All right.
I'll get one of your finest ale.
Okay.
Perception check.
What are you
The,
wanting
like,
to perceive?
Like what's around me.
Okay.
That one.
Oh lord.
I'm dead.
You don't really notice anything. You just kind of sitting there like, that would taste good. I don't know if I want to spend the money.
With that one, I don't want to do anything. So,
So-
You rolled it out. You're good to go.
So
I'll lay low for a sec.
she says to Dorian, "Sure, that's going to be 1 gold piece."
Thank
Give
you.
it to her.
All right, and she walks off, comes back an or two later with a mug of ale.
Is there like people around us, like drinking and?
There are less people than there were the last time you were in because it's kind of in between breakfast and lunch.
Okay.
But there are a few people around, you
So
know.
there's probably
A few
guy-
people that woke up late, that type of stuff.
There's probably someone around me where I could just kind of go up and like swipe ale.
You want to try to?
Yep.
Okay. Roll sleight of hand.
Shit. So. Yeah.
All right. So you see a person a few tables away from you that has a few mugs at his table, and he's drinking from one. And you walk up and take one, and you're like, "Sweet, I got this mug is empty."
I keep running. I just want to keep it for a souvenir.
So you run out of the tavern, or okay.
Walking down.
Okay.
I'm gonna sit
So
there.
I'm just sitting outside.
Just sitting outside the door with your mug.
Yep.
Okay.
I would like to start relaxing and like mapping out a plan to
Okay. Roll a knowledge engineering. Okay. You, in this amount of time, you have your full plan to create the exact, like, you know inside out what your gun currently is, and you just immediately redraw the blueprints.
So I've got
for
the
your-
blueprints now for done and I'm working on.
You're working on the blueprint for
Can
the
I
second
roll
row.
for that as well? To continue working on that?
I'm gonna say no. Is this? You're not gonna be there for an extremely long time. I mean, it will still take you some time to draw the blueprint for
Okay.
the gun, that type of stuff. Like
I'm gonna stay
write
there,
down measurements and
keep working
all
on
that
stuff
sort of
then.
stuff. All right.
Let's start
Okay. At it's about 25 minutes pass, and the woman comes back up to you. Is there anything else I can get for you?
Take another ale.
Would you?
Sure.
What kind of ale would you like?
Same thing. Whatever you just gave me.
I am now
That's
making
good.
my way to around the back.
To the back of the building?
Yeah.
Okay.
You have no idea what I'm doing.
I have no idea what you're doing. You're right.
That's what scares us.
That's what's.
All right.
Already
So go ahead and mark off 1 more gold for the second ale. And yeah, you're just continuing. All right. You come to the back of the building, and
Do I see a door? What do I see?
yeah, there. I mean, there's a door. It almost looks it looks like, rather than like the back of a restaurant, it's like tavern is the front, and then the house is in the back.
I try to pick the lock.
What?
Dang, I don't have my lockpick.
Your fingers.
I mean, you can attempt to pick it with your knife. You're gonna take a -2 for your
Yeah, I'm gonna
roll.
try to do that.
Okay.
18 plus, what would that be? Sleight of hand.
Yeah.
So that's 20.
Okay.
Nice, 2 is 20.
You come up to the door, and as you pull your dagger out to unlock it, you see that there is a slight gap within the door where you can slide your dagger in barely and basically pop the hatch. So
Cool.
the door's open.
So I get in. All right, perception.
Yep.
You want me to re-roll that or?
I can't see it from here, so
13.
okay.
That's whatever.
It's a decent amount. So
Yeah.
it's a fairly standard front room to a house. It's not extravagant in any way, shape,
I
or
don't
form,
see
but
anything
it's
unique or
not
anything
really
interesting.
I mean, by unique, you see like things that are not of monetary value, but are like of sentimental value to
Skill.
what would be
Skill.
a sentimental value to the family.
There's nothing valuable.
Not particularly that you see.
I still whatever's.
Okay.
Whatever's in there. It's a lot of stuff.
Go ahead and write down 5 carved animals, like little tiny blocks of wood that someone whittled, and like as you're taking them, you're looking at them. It's like you can tell like these were done by a kid. Like they aren't that great a quality.
You just stole somebody's role-playing collection.
So you take those. You can mark 1 umbrella,
Oh yes, that will come in handy.
and that's all you can realistically
Really? Okay.
take. I
Okay.
mean, like there's like pieces of like furniture, but
I'm not taking that.
you're gonna be making a lot of noise if you attempt to drag those out with your.
No, I'm good,
halfling-
man. I got
halfling
my
legs.
stuff.
All right.
And then I'm making my way downtown.
As you exit the
Oh great.
full perception check.
There's one. Yes.
16 plus percent.
All right. As you are leaving, you feel a presence behind you. And then you hear a voice. Yes, you back if you want to walk out of here.
Run.
Diplomacy.
What do you say?
Turn around.
Okay.
And say, sir.
See a hooded figure.
Okay. We're gonna battle.
You're gonna attack him.
Yes! Yes!
All right.
Roll initiative.
This is a surprise round. So go ahead and roll to attack.
So do I roll this too?
Yeah, roll a
Who's
d20.
gonna get close?
6.
Yeah. So as you turn around, drawing your dagger, and run at him, and as you go for the swing, your stab feels like it hits, or like it's like dead straight towards his chest, and then passes through.
Oh great.
And as it passes through, you can see it's like a ripple effect, and it's almost
Magical.
more like smoke, like smoke as it
I have
then
no
recoalesces to the person.
I have no magic magic knowledge or anything. But
I mean, you know of magic, but
So,
if you
I
were
wouldn't be
wanting to
able
try
to
to figure
tell.
out what the spell was,
yeah, I
you-
couldn't tell. Okay.
Not really.
Well, at this point, I'm running.
Well, now we roll initiative,
Okay, that's fine.
because
Yeah,
if he gets a
combat.
higher initiative, he can attempt to stop you.
He's gonna screw you up. That's gonna be so good. You have a backup character, right?
All right, so
I do.
Kill him.
he goes first. I need you to roll a will save.
What's that?
There's one of your saving throws should be will, I believe.
Okay. Oh, great.
I need to look up the spell. It's been a little while since I've made this character.
This is
Godspeed.
Thank you. I really need it. Zero. I'm dead. Wow. I have more than that.
No, because we got.
Should I just turn the stuff in? I'm definitely chaotic bad. So.
Definitely not chaotic.
I'm definitely chaotic evil now.
Okay.
We're gonna fight you. He's gonna end up fighting you.
Fine.
He me too.
That's fine.
I'm trying not to.
Oh, sorry, it's a fortitude save. I don't know if that
Yeah.
changes it at all.
No, yes, changes it to it from a 12 to a 13.
Okay. Still fail. So,
I'm dead.
as you turn to bolt, you suddenly lose all sight. You just go blind,
Oh, great. I'm blind now. Okay.
and you hear.
Your father.
No! This is my dad! Wait a minute. How do you know my dad?
Did you say that?
Yeah.
Did you stop running?
Yes. My whole mission is to figure out what happened to my parents.
All right.
Do I have to roll something?
No.
Okay. Oh, he's not. If he knows my dad, he's not gonna kill me.
Or he is because he wants.
You hear. You're not supposed to say. As then you feel something hit the back of your head, and you take 12 non-lethal damage. If that puts you past 0, that means you pass out.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm close. I'm real close.
Well, so it's separate from your regular health. So non-lethal, if you take non-lethal damage in a fight, you go from what your current HP is, but when
Oh,
you
it's
come
right
to,
here.
So go back.
Oops, my bad.
but when you come to, your
So I put-
health is what your current HP is. It's not.
5
So it's like temporary damage.
and put. Okay.
So you would still fall unconscious because your current HP is 8, but when you come to, you aren't really gonna have, you won't have that damage. You're just gonna feel sore from, you're gonna have a bump on the back of your head, but it's not gonna hurt you at all. All right.
Yo, I'm really curious now. So.
All right. Now cut over to the other people since they've been patiently waiting.
And being more productive.
All right. So you make your way to the spot that the beggar told you about, and I assume. Well, go ahead and roll perception checks.
18.
23.
Okay. You see that there are a couple of beggars in this area, but there's not a whole lot of traffic, period. Like, there aren't regular people walking by to head to places. There are just a couple of people sitting there. That's it.
I feel like we could wait, and if any patrols come by, and see what happens. They seem to keep on walking without paying us any attention. Probably start a little bit of a ruckus. It seems like they want to keep the riffraff off the street while they're trying to get rid of them. So to become the riffraff, might be more inclined to do stuff.
Okay.
Because I'm gonna become chaotic good after this moment.
You're gonna see the light.
Well, yeah, dude. My dad had a lot of influence. That's probably why Jackson did that. Oh no.
No, I had this whole thing set up beforehand.
Okay.
Never mind. It'd be too much metagaming. It's so you guys are there, and 2-3 hours pass, where it is about 1 or 2 in the afternoon, like 1:30ish.
Okay.
You see a squad of guards come by, consisting of 4 people, or 4 guards, with one person having a sergeant insignia on his shoulder plate. And as he's walking by past one of the other beggars, he calls him to a halt, looks over, get up, and kicks the guy. The guy kind of doesn't fall over, but is kind of cowering there. Please, no more, sir.
Okay.
Anything you want to do, or just keep watching.
Did he like kick him and now he's just letting him sit there while he's like standing up or something, or is he like still beating on him?
He kicked him, and he's kind of still there, like cowering, like, please, no, sir, no more.
I think I would stay and watch unless it escalates more.
Okay. So the sergeant looks over to one of the other soldiers, goes, take him to holding. And one of the other soldiers, yes sir, reaches down and kind of, not gently, but very, very roughly, like, get up, come on, and pulls the guy up, and he starts walking off with him. And then the patrol continues their patrol.
This is where we see.
Yes.
So I kind of stand up, and you're way more muscular than me, so probably nothing happens. But I shove you, like, give me back my dice! You took my dice!
No, I didn't.
I'm guessing I fall to the ground because
I mean, you would both roll strength checks.
I roll a 15.
I got 14.
Okay, so
That'd be quite the shove.
So, you shove Abner back, and I mean, if you want to, with the actual push, you don't go back. But if you want to,
I play into it a
yeah,
little bit, kind of
if you
stumble
want
to
to
the
kind
ground.
of sell the push, you can. So you fall to the ground, and the sergeant notices and looks over. Hey, break it up over there, or I'll have you two taken
I
a
grab
holding
like a
as well.
fistful of like dirt, sand, whatever, and just kind of toss it at him.
And I just fake like it, like fake dramatic. Guys.
That's it, men. Apprehend them. We're taking them to holding. So
I go, fine, if it gives me back my dice.
Let's steal it. Let's see.
all right. I'm gonna need both of you to roll disguise checks again.
18 minus 1, so 17.
What was yours? Okay. The
6.
okay. So they walk up, and luckily the guard rolled a 1 on his perception check. So the guard grabs you both. They throw shackles on you guys as they're taking you, and they start walking you towards wherever holding is. Now, cut back. It's been a little bit of time, but not. This would still be during the point where they're in that area waiting. You are just working at your table, and roll a perception check. Okay. You see the barmaid looking over to you and being like,
I brush off my shoulders and stroll right up. Yes, ma'am.
go into the back room.
Ooh.
Oh, I'm getting the trick, and I go straight to the back room.
As you open the door, You walk in,
Huh?
shut the door.
Uh-huh. She follow me in?
No.
God, bless. How would I shut the door behind me?
She like as you were walking up, she went off to do her own thing. As you shut the door, you're from here. He needs you to take him and you
He's
see
gonna kill me.
you see Viz's body in an area that's not too much in the light, but you can see him, and behind him, you see a hooded figure.
I'm gonna say I've never met that man in my life, and I'm gonna be bluffing the whole time. I've never met him.
Roll
He's
bluff
not
check.
He's not a part of my party. I know nothing about him. Whatever. Nat 20. Yes.
Odd. I know that you're lying. For I have eyes everywhere.
Rolled a nat 20.
He knows that it doesn't matter if you're bluffing because he knows the truth.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna say I'm not responsible for him. He's responsible for his own actions. I'm gonna walk out.
Yo, that's my ghost dad. He might attack you.
You're still unconscious. You can't say anything.
Yeah.
As you turn around to open the door, a knife hits the door at right where your hand was reaching, and he
You
goes,
might want to help me.
"I don't believe you understand. You need to take him."
Pull the knife out, toss it behind me, and say, I'm not responsible for his actions anymore. He is not my responsibility. Drop him off at the guard with the security guards or whoever. I am not responsible for him anymore.
You hear the dagger cling to the ground, and then hear right behind you. I don't believe you understand. I'm not saying he was in trouble. I'm saying you need to take him. Otherwise there's a little trouble. Or he can't be seen here.
I turn around and go, what kind of trouble?
As you turn around, you see his face where he has dark, glowing red irised eyes, and he has the hood like as far down as possible. I believe I've already spoken to your leader that you are attempting to, let's just say, handle a situation with the sheriff.
You're referring to what?
I mean, it's how it. I don't know. How do you perceive it? That's all he's said to you.
I don't know. I'm like, okay. I say, alright, fine. I'll take him.
Tell your leader. The good princess is no longer a valid meeting. He wishes to meet. Speak to the doctor. He'll know what to do.
Grab his collar. I'm just gonna drag him out. Punch up the door behind me. Walk out of the entrance. Lay him down. Right there.
Okay. Alright.
I want to head to the blacksmith. See if I can start getting some metal worked on.
He left you just outside the tavern.
You're on the front porch.
You are laying outside the front of the tavern. And I'm gonna go.
Okay. Go ahead and roll just a knowledge local check.
13.
Okay. Yeah, you ask around, you easily get directions to a nearby blacksmith. You get there relatively quickly. In terms of metagame knowledge, it's about the time that the guards were with them, yeah. So you arrive at the blacksmith. There are a few people around, like looking at the wares of the blacksmith, and you can see the blacksmith is working right now on something at the forge. Okay. It's not they're necessarily waiting in line. They're kind of like perusing the wares.
Oh, okay. Is there anyone he's dealing with right now?
Not really.
Okay. I'm gonna go. Excuse me.
Hold on. Let me finish working on this piece. And you can see he's working on the blade of a sword, getting it hot enough so that he can then start hammering out to get it as flat of an edge as possible. He kind of gets into a spot where it will stay, and then turns around. All right, what can I do for you?
Yeah. And I'm gonna slide him blueprints for the gun and show him the metal pieces that you see listed here. How long would it take you to be able to forge them? How much would it?
That depends. How precise do you need these measurements? Because, like, I'm assuming on the blueprint you have, like, everything, like, this section is 6 inches long. Right here is a 1/4 inch thick, like that type of stuff.
Pretty accurate.
I mean, it'd probably take me about... If you want it exact, it would probably take about 2 days.
Can I put it in an order?
Sure.
Alright, I'm gonna leave the blueprints with him. I'm gonna,
When working through the price with him, just to save time, I don't remember when we looked up what the price of the pistols was. Was it like...
whatever. It just costs them.
I know it does, but I'm talking the... I know that you and I discussed it before. I don't remember what the number we agreed on was, though. Just realized that's going to have what I need in it. Hold on. Should have wrote this down when we were talking about it.
What gun is it?
Just a regular pistol. I want to say it's normally 400.
Pistol, it's 1,000 gold.
Okay, yeah, that's what it was. We agreed it would be 400 total because it was the gunsmithing kit reduces it by half, and then since you're just purchasing the raw materials. So he basically goes, I mean, for all this work, it'd be about 350.
Sounds fair. Now I'll put 50 down now as a security.
All right, sounds good.
Perfect.
Come back in 2 days. I should have it done by then.
Not a problem. I can do that.
All right. I guess. Let's see. Okay.
No.
I was like,
Here it came
what
on.
was that?
Yeah.
Viz, you come to after getting shaken awake by the barmaid. Sir, you can't be passed out at our front door.
Is. Yep.
You're shaken awake by the barmaid saying,
Okay.
"Hey, you can't be passed out at our front door like that, especially this early in the morning."
And I'm like coming through.
Well, actually, early afternoon, but
Coming through, I'm like, what? Huh? And then I realize where I'm at. How'd I get here?
I don't know. I was busy working, and then a patron just pointed out that you were passed out here. You can't be here passed out like that.
So do I now have my non-lethal gun?
Yeah.
I look around, assuming I don't see any of them. I just start looking around for shops. Would a blacksmith sell like a lockpicking?
Blacksmiths don't expressly sell lockpicks.
Mm-hmm.
You can attempt to ask one to.
Okay. I'm
to
gonna head towards
make
the
one.
blacksmith.
All right, roll a knowledge local check.
17.
Okay. You just the same get direct. find out directions.
Yep.
As you're heading there, you see a familiar dwarf talking with the blacksmith.
Do I notice him coming?
Roll a perception with a -5 because you're in the middle of the conversation, facing away. With it being a busy city and lots of noise happening, and you focus on this conversation with the blacksmith arranging the production of the gun materials, you don't notice him walking up.
So I walk up and I say, "How's it going, Doran?" Like super deep in thought. I'm like not happy. I'm just kind of like, maybe I'm even a little sad, like right now because of my interaction, and I kind of remembered it a little bit. And so I say, "How's it going?"
I say, did you have a good nap? Get some good rest in?
And do I have a story for you? But
Start walking off.
but then I look to the blacksmith. Are they done with the conversation? Or
Yeah,
are
it's
they-
as you're wrapping up, like you put down the security deposit, and he's like, "All right, gonna get your name," like that type of
I'm gonna
stuff.
stand in the background while he's talking.
Okay.
Do you offer any like lock picks? You do any work like that?
Oh, lockpicks aren't really the most sought after item by, let's say, reputable people.
I'm gonna
Understandable.
sneak off. I'm gonna roll
He can
stealth.
sneak off if he
Yeah, roll
wants.
a stealth
I don't
check.
care. I'm not even worried about him at this point.
Remind me what armor you have again?
My armor is off.
No, like the armor you're wearing, or like you have a buckler, right?
You.
Okay, so as you're walking out, you open the door, and as you're walking through, your buckler accidentally brushes against the door, so it makes a loud like.
Freeze, kind of-
And I just turn around, I'm like, "Yo, where are you going?"
I was just gonna stand outside to wait for you, catch some fresh air.
Wait outside. I want to talk to you.
Okay.
And then back to my conversation.
Okay.
He might be running away, but that's okay. I don't really
I'm
care.
like 99% sure he's running
Do
away.
I need to bluff? Do I need to roll bluff?
I would say roll a sense motive check.
Oh, behind him. Okay.
Are you being
Yeah, genuinely, I just need to talk to him, kind of set some stuff straight.
I'll stand outside and wait.
I may not be chaotic neutral, but anyway, I'm talking
Okay.
to him.
Talking to him.
I'm just saying. So I say to him like, "Yeah, I'm part of this group that's working to try to help out people, all the fire starters. We're just trying to help some people out.
Okay.
And I need this tool in order to help my colleagues and myself in dangerous situations."
Okay. As you're explaining this to him, he goes, "Son, did I say that I don't make them? I just said that it's gonna cost a little extra.
That's okay.
So
How much?
for a single lockpick, it's gonna cost you 5 gold.
I can do that.
Do you buy 1 lockpick, or do you want to buy like 2? Okay, so 10 gold. And Kramer bursting in. It's not an evil shirt. It's a shirt from Full Metal Alchemist. So
yeah, evil.
no, because this is actually supposed to be the thing that saves the day. It's spoiler territory for two people in the room that haven't seen it. I'm not gonna say the spoiler,
Okay, cool.
but yeah, no, it's definitely not an evil shirt. You don't even know what it's from yet, Wade. Actually, no, you would at this point.
So I want to. When does he think he can have him ready by?
He already has them.
Oh, cool.
He's
I'll
like,
just grab him.
you give him the 10 gold, he's like, excellent.
Wow, you have these
Here
in
you
high demand. Okay, all right.
No. I don't have them in high demand. I don't have them in high demand.
Gotcha.
Excellent doing business with you. I need to get back to the forge.
All right. I walk out.
Is there a woodworking carpenter in town?
The area you're in, it's kind of like a small market area for manufacturers, that type of stuff, and you do see a few carpentry shops. But looking at them, it's like furniture level carpentry, not like intricate design type carpentry.
Would I be able to get? The reason I ask is part of my gunsmithing kit I can make to them.
I would assume so. I mean, you have an axe. It's not like you can't whittle it yourself to make it the correct proportions.
Okay.
He's taking off.
Good for him.
Okay.
Once he joins me.
Okay, so you walk out and he's standing there.
Doran, I know I've messed up. Done some crappy things, made some stupid decisions. But when I went into that room, there was this ghost thing. I'm pretty sure it was compelling magic or whatever it was. And it told me it knew my dad. I don't think so. Something in me tells me that wasn't my conscience and that thing had something to do with my family. And at this point, I'm looking for anything I can find out about. So, from this point forward, I'm not going to be joking around. I also don't think I'll be stealing as much, because the ghost thing said my dad would be disappointed in me. I don't want that. And so, yeah. That's my thing. Does that turn my... I haven't turned yet because of actions, but I'm going to try to fight for good more. Cool. And he doesn't care.
And nod and go, that's nice. That's a good story.
Cool.
Hope it turns out to be true.
And then I just...
Okay. So do you follow him as he walks to the woodworkers, or
might as well.
okay, you walk to the woodworkers. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Okay. You see a few people there that are working on shaving down a larger log to get it to correct proportions for a wooden plank. And there's is he at work as you walk up?
Excuse me.
Yes. Yeah. What could I do for you?
Would you, by chance, happen to have a solid piece of wood, probably about, let's say, a foot, half a foot size, 2 inches thick?
Would a scrap of wood work?
Scrap of wood would be fine. I have 5 gold I can give.
All right. Let me see what I got on the back. Hold on.
Perfect.
He walks back. About 2-3 minutes later, he comes out with a few different pieces of wood that pretty closely fit what you were asking for. A couple of them are like not cracked, but like they aren't necessarily the highest of quality. But he brings them out and is like, I mean, these are scraps. I'll take 5 gold for them, but they really aren't worth that. They really aren't worth much more than that.
They're worth less than that.
Roll a haggle. Is that what the name for it is, or isn't there one for like bartering? Isn't it?
Is it praise?
That roll that. Looking at it for the type of wood, it's like sort of like a elm, like for our for out of game our knowledge, like it's like one of the stronger types of wood, like oak or maple, like that type of thing. So it's a good type of wood, which would probably help with driving that price, which would make it about that price.
Wait, no, just gold wood.
Sweet, I was gonna burn the stuff. Here you go.
Thank you very much. Walk out.
All right. So you can add in 3 scraps of wood. And 1, do anything, or from there, or
I'll look around. Where's the nearest town?
other than the Good Princess?
Other than
Because
the Princess.
that one's the closest.
Hoghammer?
Roll a knowledge local check.
I think we should find
18.
18? Okay. A local tells you that
No idea.
I know.
No idea.
a local tells you that over in the commercial district, which is like 7-8 blocks that way, there's the Jolly Bard.
They know we like. Know we like.
Yeah, it's true.
Eventually they're bound.
Yeah. This, they don't die before then.
Oh. We'll find another.
Alright.
Alright, sounds good.
Alright, as you're making your way, I want all 4 of you to roll perception checks.
12.
I rolled a 1.
Okay. You see a group of guards walking by, escorting beggars, and you discern like, wait a minute, two of them are Abner and Jude, and
That beggar
Abner's
is a-
disguise really sucks, but
That
that's
beggar is-
certainly Abner.
That beggar's abnormally muscly.
And you notice them as well.
Abner.
You said you rolled a
I
12,
don't,
right?
I don't notice.
Yeah, with modifiers, it's 12.
Okay, yeah. You still notice.
I didn't. I don't even know what's happening.
Okay. And you guys notice each other.
What
As
time
the-
is it again?
I'm gonna nod.
It's like 1:30.
No,
At this point, it's like
what's
2.
the town name?
Oh, Rianmar.
I'm. Wait a minute.
Okay. How much of a distance? Like,
Like far enough that they're not gonna.
far enough you don't have to roll a stealth check, is basically what I'm
Yes.
asking.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Because stuff is not my
Roll a. Or do you tell Viz as well, or do you let Viz keep on walking?
I just say, Viz, keep walking.
Let follow.
Okay. Roll a survival check.
For both of us?
Yeah.
14.
Okay.
7. No. Plus 3.
Oh, plus my modifier. I didn't think about that. I don't have a survival modifier.
So it's a -1. Okay. As they're walking, they do move through a few crowds, but you guys are able to keep a general tab on them.
He doesn't.
Well,
And I didn't point.
as you're walking, he doesn't notice that it's Abner and Jude, but he knows that you're following the guards.
And I realized, like, that we're doing.
So he doesn't realize why you're following them, but he knows that you're following the guards. Because the perception check was to see if you guys notice each other as you're walking by. Otherwise,
you
it would just be you
recognize them.
just see some beggars being escorted away. I mean, it's also you follow them for a good 15-20 minutes, so even with a bad perception check, you'd still eventually put 2 and 2 together as to what's happening. So they bring you to a building that actually had a guard. And they open the door, get in there, and shove the first guy in. And they basically start to shove both of you guys in. Do you just let it happen?
You need evidence.
This is when I.
Yeah, wait, what?
But you know we're following the guards
Yeah.
who are escorting 2 homeless
Okay.
beggar people.
I'm down.
So I'm gonna say let's.
Okay.
Well, they shove them in as you do whatever
as
you're
that's
gonna
going
do.
on.
Sneak attack.
So
I'm gonna shoot one of the guards.
you guys are
Is this gonna
at a distance.
I don't know if this is
So
gonna ruin anything,
they
but
shove
I
the
don't know
guys
the
in.
Situation.
As you fire your pistol, go ahead
At
and
this
roll
point,
attack.
he's firing a pistol.
And- And which guy
have to
are
do
you
something.
shooting at? When as you're following them, you do see the one guard with the sergeant insignia, and then there are 3 other guards. So which one of those 4 do you want to shoot at?
Sorry.
Okay.
No. Lower, lesser.
One of the other guards.
Yeah, one of those.
Okay, roll attack.
If I survive. Yeah. So, it's gonna be.
It's a hit. Barely.
Oh, snap.
He's flat-footed, right? So
Yeah.
Holy crap! That was not what I.
Well, they aren't expecting it, so they don't get their dexterity modifier bonus.
I just gonna be.
Okay. So right as they shove Abner in, you hear
as in we're both shoved in as the last person, or
yeah. You hear a crack as familiar sound of a pistol firing goes off. And one of the guards you see go. I should probably let's see if I turn this.
Bad decision. I'm gonna be evil. My characters. No.
Okay. You said you did 7 damage, right?
7.
Okay. So you take the shot, and one of the guards you see clearly get hit. Like his body shifts. He's like, ugh! Oh, what? And he looks over and he sees the blood is starting to pour from the wound. And the other guards obviously notice, and they take a defensive position, looking outward as the crowd begins to panic. And people start running for cover, panicking. Are you wanting to just stand out there in the open? Or?
No, I want to run. I want to like hide the gun immediately and try and like I want to use sleight of hands to hide the gun immediately and start running and panicking. Oh my God! Someone got a gun!
All right, roll a
Don't say gun.
Roll a
Someone else knows what that is.
roll a sleight of hand check, followed by a stealth check.
while he's doing this, can I do a perception check of the room I got shoved into?
Sleight of hand is going to be 19.
Okay,
Hide the gun
you
immediately.
you fire, and before you see his reaction, it's put away. Wow, that d20.
Alright, and then you said stealth?
Yes, stealth check. Basically, to like blend in with the.
Oh my
crowd.
God! Not one.
Dead.
All right. As a side note, what about you, Viz?
I rolled a 19 for.
Can I stealthily try to get into where they're at?
You can roll a stealth check to try to blend in with the panicking crowd.
And like try to sneak my way in?
Like, yeah, to blend in with them and make your way in that direction.
Yeah. 12 plus 8.
Okay, so 20 with modifiers. You're making your way. Yeah, you make your way in that direction. Do you have daggers drawn or anything, or are you trying to be as incognito as possible?
Incognito.
Okay.
I realize the situation is.
You see, in the room, there are 2 other people. Two other people that, other than the 3 people that just got shoved in. Neither of them are dressed as beggars. In fact, one of them is dressed not in armor, but like kind of like leather jerkin or jacket, that type of thing. And you can see he has some stuff in it, but you can't really tell what's in it because of it's a dark room. Yeah. Yeah, so you see that, and then the other person you see has a bludgeon. But they are more concerned with the shot that just happened outside.
And we're still
locked in?
shackled, right?
Yes.
Wait, is the door shut?
Door's not shut. It's like as Abner was getting shoved in, the guy got hit, so the door is still open.
Shackled.
That's when I'm
Well, your hands are bound.
Oh,
How is the room furnished? Is it like a jail cell? Does it look like a pharmaceutical type area, a storeroom?
There are some boxes around, but it looks it's a pretty empty room. Like this is not a place that people want to stay at for long.
And as you do that, I just kind of go. I guess I kind of turn to the guy that appears to be holding something like, what you got there?
Shut up. And then he looks over at the other guy and shut the door. We need to reload. We need to get out of this section. And during that time, you notice the guards are still in defensive formation and are kind of scanning the crowd, with the sergeant yelling, "Disperse this instant!" to the crowd. And you rolled a 1. So as you're attempting to stealth away, or blend into the crowd, you're blending. You're trying to blend
The trail
in.
of gun smoke following him.
As you're blending in, you are kind of pushing your way through, trying to blend in, and as you nudge somebody, they trip, fall over, and you can see that one of the guards saw this and saw you like trying to work your way through, and you hear the guard go, "Hey, you stop!" All right.
You're dead.
You should roll initiative then.
All right, I need to go back.
Well, you're blending in the crowd, making your way to them.
I don't know that's happening.
I know what's happening. I'm moving towards you guys.
Do you get a bonus to your initiative, or
I just
There
know some
should be an
homeless people.
initiative thing on the character sheet.
So, is the bludgeon that I'm guessing my intent is fairly obvious here. Is the bludgeon he's holding a wooden stick or a metal rod?
Wooden. It's like it's a small club, not really.
It's like a nightstick type of thing. Yeah.
Okay, you go first.
I'm gonna reload and
You pulled the gun out again to reload and fire. Okay. Attack. Who are you shooting at? I should ask. The same guy that you already hit once.
I already hit once.
Okay. Okay, that hits. Roll for damage. All right. You shoot the gun again, and as you see, the bullet hits the guy square in the chest, and he wasn't the guy that was like, "Hey, you halt!" But he was next to it. They essentially took a triangle formation with then the sergeant in the center. He was the guy that was here. He takes a hit square in the chest and slumps over. Slumps over, you don't know.
Yeah. That's
So-
what you did there.
You see what I did there?
All right.
This is happening.
You see what I did there? I killed the guy. That's what I did.
I guess are other people wanting to be able to take actions as well? Because if they are, they should roll
I want
initiative.
to stop those two guys.
Okay, roll initiative. Everybody roll initiative.
Dang it.
Because this will
Five.
also vary what the guards do that are just outside the
12.
door.
5.
My modifier again.
Oh wait, there's an initiative modifier.
Yeah.
Yes.
Your dexterity.
Oh,
Dexterity?
So it would be
Yeah.
+4.
I have a 9.
So with my modifier, it's 21.
Only one way out.
To the street, it's only that door. You see there are other doors, but they're like lead deeper into the building. And I didn't get what you rolled. Oh, fuck. Okay, so Abner, what would you like to do? If you want, you can hold your action to see what happens.
I forget how it works in this compared to other ones. Can I hold just generically, or do I need to say I hold until this happens?
So the way that holding an action in Pathfinder is basically you elect to reduce what your initiative roll is, where it then changes to that initiative for the remainder of the fight.
So I can't.
Consequently,
I can't time it for a double action.
Correct. Consequently, you can also basically not take an action for a round to then raise your initiative to being the first in the order. But during any of that time, you can interrupt. You can basically say like, "I want to take my action now."
Basically, I can choose when I'm entering the fight.
Right.
Then I guess I'll do that.
Okay.
Since not a ton is going on for me at the moment.
All right. The sergeant yells out, "That man there! Apprehend him at once!"
Dead. Character's gonna die.
And he begins to move to Dorian. He is though trying to work his way through the panicking crowd. So he is slowed down a bit where he isn't quite able to reach you, but he clearly sees you. So if you,
Sergeant?
yeah. So basically, he sees you where if you're trying to run, he'll at the very least see where you run, where you try to make your escape to.
Who's next?
Next up is you.
Me?
Yep.
So are those guys running or are they moving?
They haven't taken any actions yet because their initiative is too low.
I think the last thing they
The
said
last
was
thing is shut that door. We need to move.
which is kind of why I held off. But
Apprehend him.
Yes,
You want to hold your action?
and I can attack anything.
Yeah. It will lower what that initiative is for next time. So basically, if you wait till after they go, next round they will go first before you. But you get to wait and see what their action is. So you're gonna hold?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hard to say.
You guys are in an interesting position. So next, the guy that has the club goes next, and he runs to the door, shuts the door, and latches it, and then turns around and goes, "Move it, you riffraff!" and gesturing towards one of the doors.
so, are there like windows to the street and stuff, or are like curtains drawn, or like how?
There are windows, but they're painted out, or they're blackened out.
Okay. So we wouldn't necessarily know what's going on out there. We just hear noises and stuff.
Darker than
It is dark. You can see there is faint light, like a torchlight from like a nearby room. So there is a teeny bit of light, but it's not very bright at all.
shoot. I don't have a dagger.
I'm still shackled. I'm guessing the shackles look pretty sturdy.
Yeah, I mean they're made of. It's like a solid block of wood that then has two holes that
Yeah.
they clasp on.
not likely to be able to break them or essentially.
Maybe
If you want to give it a shot.
Possible. It's not out of the realm of it's not impossible to, but
I can rage.
Are the other people that in there with us? I'm guessing they're like right next to us. We're like in one cluster.
the guy that was holding the thing is still standing where he was.
I mean,
and then
the other beggars and stuff.
there's only one other beggar with you, and yeah, he's kind of on the ground still, not necessarily, in a little bit of a panic state.
Basically, lightning on a clear sky, thunder on a clear sky.
I mean, I could try. Try to break my thing.
I mean, so far we don't really have any evidence other than the fact we got arrested. I'm thinking we can go with it, and then they'll be split off from the rest of the guards if we need to pick them up. That's what I'm probably I'm gonna go with them.
Okay.
I mean, I kind of just like not.
Yeah, it's not a difficult. It's not like attempting to do like sign language or anything where it's just kind of like. You can go with it if you want.
Like when in Rome.
All right. Next up, one of the other guards begins to follow the sergeant, making his way towards you. As he's doing this, he does pass Viz as Viz is working his way towards the door.
Does he recognize me?
He's focused on the shooter.
I'm doing it. Sneak attack.
Yeah.
All right, roll to attack.
So is that 6?
D20
20?
D20 to hit.
plus your dexterity and your base attack bonus.
So. Or BAB.
Yeah, BAB.
That's a +1.
So 13 plus your dexterity modifier since you have the weapon finesse.
Is dexterity.
It'd be a full.
Yeah. So.
17?
17. That hits because he's flat-footed because he has no idea you're there. So it hits. Roll for damage.
D6.
D6 divided by 2. Because you're small.
And I'm dual.
You'll make the second attack
Later.
after this.
Okay.
So 2, add your dexterity modifier to the damage. Because that's something you weren't doing before that you need to be doing.
6.
So you do 6 damage, then roll sneak attack damage, which is a d6. So 7 damage total.
Yeah. Could have been way better, but.
So good.
Alright.
7 damage.
As
More damage than we done.
as he's passing by you, you being a halfling, you're kind of looking up at the guy, and you see a nice little gap in between his chest plate and the gambeson that he's wearing underneath. So you take your dagger, and
Stabby stab.
the guy he's running and he collapses. I rolled really low for that guy's HP.
Wait, kill him?
Yeah.
He's had a rough
Let
day.
me put it this way: 2 1s plus 5.
Ow.
Yeah!
Killed him one stab.
Brick killed the man!
So he collapses to the
You're
ground.
proud of yourself.
Oh man.
Jeez.
I've only killed 2 guys in this game.
I killed way
I know!
All right.
Look at my kills, guys. Kill streak.
All right. Now it cuts back to you guys in the building. The guy that's carrying the thing walks to a door, opens it, and goes, "Move it, people!"
Can I get a better glimpse of what he's carrying as we're walking along?
Roll perception.
Oh, I was almost 19.
I'll do the same thing.
9 with the modifier.
Okay.
10.
So your modifier is like 5, 6, something like that.
Perception.
Yeah. So 18.
No, he rolled a 2.
10.
Oh, okay, I see. With how dark it is, it's hard to make out what he's holding. I mean, it's not like it's a big bag of something. Like you can tell his
It's like a
hand is
fistful of
closed
something.
on something, but you can't really make what's in his hand. Yeah. As you guys are ushered by, after you enter, the guy with the billy club walks through along with the guy behind you, essentially shoving you guys like you got like moving, keep going. They shut the door behind them as well, and they're just ushering you back.
I guess could I do sense magic on the item he's holding?
Sure.
Do I roll for that?
No.
Figure how it works.
No, you don't. There are no numbers. You do not detect any magic.
Figured as much, but doesn't hurt to check. We're just shoved into the darker room at this point.
Pretty much. Next, we cut to the final guard, who again continues to follow his sergeant. So there, you have right now 2 people chasing after you.
Cool. Didn't I kill one of them though?
There were 3.
Oh.
You killed one.
There you go, I saved you.
We did.
I mean, they're like out there. I was just right here, just with a quick up and down. I have to run after them. Catch up, I'm assuming? They're pretty far away from me.
One is, he's not passing you by. One, let me put this. One passes you by, but not close enough for you to get an attack on.
Yeah, so I'd have to walk to catch up to him. And then I could
Yeah.
possibly sneak into him. But I'm assuming he might be found.
Yeah, halflings do move slower because they have shorter legs.
I'm a hobbit!
We now go back to the top of the order with Doran.
My turn, and I'm load and shoot and aim for the head of the.
Okay. Are you doing a called shot or just a shot at him? Basically, you can pick a part. It's harder. It makes it harder to hit. But it could
But
then
with it,
have
that's fine.
it could have added effects. Like for example, if you do a called shot on a guy's arm and then do enough damage to it, like if you're using a greatsword and do a cold shot on a guy's arm and you do enough damage, you might be able to hack the arm off.
What does the called shot take as a penalty?
It depends on what you're aiming at. If you're aiming for the head, it's -6. Just a shot at him.
Just shot.
Okay.
Whatever you can get.
I mean, a head is a fairly small target that you're aiming for with a flintlock pistol.
Yes, that's it.
There's a reason that they always say aim for center of mass. 14, unfortunately you miss. So you, as you're lining it up, you have it lined up right at his chest, and then one of the panicking crowd bumps into you, knocking it off kilter as you
Yeah.
fire. No. It's like bump into you where it causes it, so you kind of shoot over.
Well, what goes up is gonna go.
It's if he had a feather in his hat, you might have grazed the feather type of thing. But he doesn't. Wearing a helmet. Next up is Sergeant, who is able to catch up to you, and he is going. He has his sword out and is going to attempt an attack against you. Misses. Badly missed. Yeah, he does. There's a perk
does
you
have
can
a
get
hatchet.
later on that makes so you don't, but that's like level 7. late,
How
something
much of
like
an
that.
action would it take for me?
For the sake of it, I would say it would. If you don't use your 5-foot move, you can swap them. 'Cause, I mean, I assume it's not like you keep your axe in your backpack. You like have it like hanging from your belt type of thing. So you could, with one movement, essentially put the pistol
great
away
axe.
while. Oh yeah, that's true. It is a great
It's
axe.
a great axe. So it would have to be.
You could be
putting
like-
it while throwing it out.
I mean, you can also technically both at the same time, but either way,
Cool.
Basically, if you don't move at all, you can. With details, whatever.
Like,
Next up is the guard or the guy in the room with you with the billy club.
Are they both in there, or is it just him now?
Both of them. He's in. You guys are the three of you are in front. The guy with the billy club, and then the guy that was holding the thing. That's essentially the order that they're
front?
pushing you down the hallway.
You said we're all three of us in front?
Yeah, you and the beggar are in front. And they basically shove you. He continues shoving you guys. If you guys want to resist, you can, but if you don't, he's going to continue shoving you down.
I think we should. A little bit longer.
His wooden weapon.
It's like a wooden billy club.
We're locked up. So.
That we were shackled.
you still cast a spell.
Yeah.
For reference, burning disarm, it's essentially heat metal, so it wouldn't work. You don't know that.
Does it look like we're about to come into like a new room or something?
You're
or-
coming up on a door.
I guess wait till we get to the door to see what happens. I might do something once it opens.
Yeah, once it opens, I'm gonna do perception
Okay.
Dead by then.
So the door opens. Go ahead and roll perception checks.
All of us? 21.
No, just
checks.
them.
8, 4 plus 8.
12. Okay. You are shoved. It's actually it was a false front, and you are in a back alleyway where there is a wagon there. And the people are shouting, or the guy with the billy club is shouting at you, "Get in the wagon now!"
Does the wagon look like it has more guards, or is it just like the driver?
It's just a driver.
Okay, well, I'm gonna attempt to break my thing.
Are you gonna rage while doing it?
I'm gonna rage.
Okay. Roll d20 and add your strength modifier
I guess
and add an
while-
additional +2 because you're raging.
While he's doing that, I basically, the front guy, I just like cast light on the back of his head to be a diversion.
Plus 22.
Sorry, say that again.
While like when he's getting ready to do that, I basically reach out. The guy that was leading the group, I could just kind of touch the back of his head and cast light to kind of create a diversion.
Okay.
Like all of a sudden, the back of his head lights up, and
I got
the other guy's like, "What?"
So, as you touch the back of his head and light begins to flood the area where they're like, "Oh, crap, he's a magic user!" You then hear Jube right next to you, and then you shattered the clasp that's holding the shackle, and your arms are free.
No, I pull out my dagger
Okay.
and tell him to stop.
Well, you're raging, so what you think you're telling us, what you think is telling them to stop, you're just like type of thing. And roll an intimidation check, actually.
I want to see them pee their pants.
That's a nice thing.
Or skirts, or whatever they're wearing.
14. 13.
All right, one of the guys you notice, not shaken, but definitely takes a step back. The guy that was holding the bag or the thing, and then the guy with the billy club is like, "Oh, you made a mistake," and begins to walk up towards you. But he's already taken his turn, so he isn't able to attack. Then the next person.
I was so scared I was gonna break that.
You just rage, you're like, dang it. The next person will be
Where's that?
wait, no, that soldier's dead.
This is chasing the guard down.
Next person is the guy that was holding the thing.
He's trying to chase them down.
He is going to run past you guys, jump into the wagon, like into the next to the driver in the wagon. And he's just gonna look over to the guy with the billy club and say, "Get on! Let's get out of here. This is too dangerous."
I was thinking this was a wasted spell to grab, but I am going to. I'm going to use Charm Animal on the horse.
I need to look up how this
Oh my
spell
god.
works.
The horse knowledge job. Wait, I was in front of him. I thought he had.
This is after you guys entered the back alley. So kind of
So we're
like
no
they
longer
shoved
in
you
the
guys
hallway.
through.
Oh.
Well, that doesn't help me. The description: this spell functions like charm person. So now I need to go find charm person.
The description for
I
mine is
hate dictionaries like that. Dictionary definition.
makes one animal your friend, but that's just the abbreviated.
Okay.
Is it
Okay.
wood?
Probably.
A wagon?
Yeah. What is your spell DC? Should be a section that.
Abilities. That be my spellcasting page or my main stat?
Probably your spellcasting page.
Crazy.
Base DC, which
Crazy.
That sounds right. Base
Trying to
DC.
block her number.
it's a level 1. For a level 1, it's 13.
Okay, that works. So with it requires you basically say a few words in a druidic language towards the horse, and you see that the horse. Because you don't see, because it is harnessed up, but you know that this horse considers you a friend.
As in Druid, I just go, Macarena.
As the spell or afterwards?
That was the Druidic phrase
Okay.
that I
Alright,
recite. And the horse is a big fan.
He is. Is there anything else you wanted to do after you charmed it?
I'm basically. I can just tell a horse to do something, right? Since it's my friend.
Yeah. So it,
Take care of it.
My guess is
let
it's
me-
basic commands.
yeah.
'cause
Let me read to you
it's
what
an
it.
animal.
Let me read to you what it says.
Because I know there's some rule sets where it's like you can tell them to do one of 6 things or something like that. I don't know how specific or general it is.
It says the spell does not enable you to control the charm person as if it were an automaton, but it perceives your words and actions in the most favorable way. You can try to give your subject orders, but you must win an opposed charisma check to convince it to do anything it wouldn't ordinarily do. An affected creature never obeys suicidal or obviously harmful orders, but it might be convinced that something very dangerous is worth doing. Any act by you or your apparent allies that threatens the charmed person breaks the spell. You must speak the person's language to communicate your commands, or else be good at pantomiming.
Alright.
Keep close to you.
Unless you have speak to animals or something.
I mean, I have
Tell that to
like
I mean,
decent animal handling and stuff.
there are other like you don't need to speak horse to be able to tell a horse to stop, because
doesn't stop.
we tell horses to stop all the time in real life, and we don't speak horse.
I'm guessing it's a fairly sturdy
Whoa.
carriage where you can't like rear up and like knock people off and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically just hang tight. We're yeah. Just don't go anywhere. There's some stuff going on here.
Halt! Or whoa!
Yeah, whoa, girl, whoa.
All right. Next up is Viz.
Cool. Am I the guard? Chasing the guards for him.
Are you chasing? Because last I heard, it was the guy was passing you where you weren't able to get an attack at him, and that's where you left off. Are you chasing him, or are you?
Yeah.
Okay. Roll a acrobatics.
Ooh, I like that. Unless it's 2. In which case I don't like that.
Okay,
It's like
so
a 11.
as you're working your way towards him, you keep on getting bumped into and jostled by the panicking crowd, which effectively slows your movement by half. so you aren't able to catch up to him.
Yeah.
Basically, you're like, out of the way, out of the way, out of the way, and
Yeah, I'm trying to,
people
like,
are
push
not
people.
letting you through.
Yeah.
AKA the acrobatics was like, just like dance around him type of thing.
Yeah.
But so you're working your way towards that guy, but you aren't able to get to him yet.
I am.
Next up, we have that guard who continues to make his way, and he also is getting tangled up by the crowd and moves at half speed. So he is not able to reach Doran and the sergeant. We now go back to the top of the order.
Wait, me.
Do something.
All right, I'm gonna roll to attack with my axe.
Okay.
Nope. It's just nope.
Okay.
I need one of these.
As you take a swing, he sees it coming and is able to parry it with his sword. With which then he takes a swing back at you. 14 does not hit. Yeah, so he parries it, begins a swing, and it does connect with you, but it connects with the buckler and slides past. Next up is the guy with the billy club, who is going to walk up to you and attack you. It doesn't. I don't think an 11 hits.
13.
Okay. Actually, hold on.
Oh, wait, minus 2.
It's -2. That does hit, actually. Yeah, so it's an 11, which does hit. So you take 6 non-lethal damage.
Non-lethal. What the hell?
It's a billy club. It's not a bladed weapon.
The Billy Club, not a Killy Club.
But so he walks up
Didn't deserve
and
that.
he
You don't have to do it.
takes a swing at you, and you instinctively attempt to block with a dagger. But since you're used to fighting with a greatsword, you don't get it high enough, so it harmlessly, or your blade harmlessly rises just as it passes, and you get slammed right in the chest, and you feel a bit of wind knocked out of you. But while in your rage, you're just like, "This guy better run, or I'm gonna destroy him right now." And we
I have no
go,
sense of
and we go to you.
Oh. I have to attack this guy.
Okay. Go attack.
Oh,
With
bummer.
both hands, you just
Okay.
5.
Yeah, it'd be plus strength. But plus the 2 from being in a rage. As you come down, he sees it coming and steps to the side as it's the hammer swing downward, and you miss. Next up is Abner. You are still shackled, but you have pulled charm off on the creature.
So the creature's charmed. There's the one that's fighting us with the club, and there's 2 in the cart.
Mm-hmm.
And the other beggar is just standing.
The other beggar is like,
Or
at
is he
this
in
point,
the-
he's kind of fallen to the ground, like trying to push himself into the corner, like, oh god,
So
please
he's
don't kill me.
essentially not a factor at this
Yeah.
point.
He's panicked and not wanting
Kill
to
him
do
anyway.
any of this.
He's scared of me.
Kill him.
I feel like killing a random beggar would be a very evil act.
You're not wrong.
I guess I cast Firebolt on the one that climbed in the cart.
Okay.
Because the other one is engaged with Jube, where it wouldn't be an opportunity attack against me, right?
Correct.
Oh, the car's gonna-
I can cut the horse feet. I have a dagger. My hands are shackled, it's not good for fighting, but I can probably still grab it.
I was gonna be hostage.
As one naturally does.
I'm trying to find if you are able to cast Firebolt while shackled. Yes, that's how that works. Let me check that.
So it's from your outstretched hand, and I can still do that. Yep.
It's from the fire domain, right? That you.
Yeah, was it a cleric thing?
Yeah. That's one. Yeah.
As a ranged touch attack. That affects anything.
Yeah, I think you'd be able to cast it.
Okay.
You wouldn't be able to if it required specific hand gestures, but looking at it,
It's
it looks
just
like
from
it's just like
outstretched
type of thing.
Okay.
So yeah, go ahead and roll an attack. And
It was
you
a
said
wisdom modifier for magic? I figured what it
yeah, it's a spell attack, ranged spell attack.
3 plus, I guess, wisdom modifier to make it 5.
And who's it that you shot at again?
The guy that climbed in the cart.
Okay. Okay. As you fire it, it your aim, messing with the shackle, your aim is slightly off, and it passes by his face, missing him, but he is visibly like, "Whoa, what the?" type of thing. Next up is Viz.
Cool.
Good, decent damage.
Am I caught up yet?
If you're trying to work your way towards that guard, it'd be another acrobatics check as you're trying to.
I'm still trying to save. 15. I mean, Doran.
All right, so you're able to. This time, you're able to easily work your way through the crowd. Someone's like running straight towards you. You kind of do a spin to get out of his way and keep moving forward, and you're able to catch up to the back of the guard.
Can I roll for attack?
Yeah.
Sneak attack?
I mean, tech would be a sneak attack since you're behind him. So,
12.
is that
Plus
4 after modifiers?
Plus, yeah, 4.
Plus 4 plus the 1 for
Yeah, so.
that hits. Roll for damage.
6. 3.
3 plus 4, so that's 7. Then roll for sneak attack damage.
Oh, you might kill him.
1.
So 8 damage.
Or I'll roll for a 1.
Still more than I've done.
Yeah. So
Is he dead yet?
you go for the stab, and he his back arches a bit, and he turns to see you.
Crap.
It's like, and then begins to attempt to attack you.
Great.
So-
I'm dead, guys.
So he swings down with his sword. With 16, he misses. Next up is. Actually, no, because I forgot to do the guy that's on the wagon, or the driver on the wagon. He's going to attempt to spur the horse.
I missed either way.
The horse does not move.
Yes.
Alright, now we're back to the top of the order.
Reload, Wade.
Use my axe again.
Yeah. Attacking the sergeant, you can tell he has finer armor than the guards around him. Again, the sergeant is going to attack you. Back. 18. You take 6 damage. Yep. I mean, a longsword does a d8 plus whatever strength modifier is, so.
Better hope you kill me off.
or that you don't get identified later on.
Yeah, you know, yeah.
All right. Going down the line. Next up is we got the Billy Club, who's going to take another swing at you.
Bring it.
This is. Yeah, your turn.
So I just like punch him in the face.
You can make
Oh, no,
an
this is
unarmed
from-
attack.
Or is that like this?
It would be a non-lethal attack.
80.
It is an unarmed attack. To make it a lethal attack, you would need either the spell Stone Fist or have the perk Unarmed Combat.
I don't think.
Put you up in the
I know you don't. So, if you want to attack with your fist, you can.
So
It's
I'm
just it
guessing-
would be a non-lethal.
So I'm
attack.
guessing the dagger and the fist are about the same, just one kills and one doesn't.
Pretty much.
It's up to you if you want to try to kill him or take him out.
Okay. Full attack. So you had the dagger in both hands. You let go with one hand. You just form a fist, and as like your fist comes together, it's like just from all the muscle and all that sort of stuff, and you throw it right for his head, and he ducks as it comes at him. Next up is Abner.
Okay. Yeah, I could try to tell a horse to do something, but I don't think it's gonna be nearly as effective as just trying to burn everything. So, I'm gonna try to do firebolt on the guy with the reins.
Okay.
He's trying to escape.
All right.
Fire.
Roll range attack. Range spell attack.
Burns that?
19.
That hits. Roll for damage.
I think it was a D6
Yeah,
plus
it's a
1.
person.
Yes.
2 damage.
Better than nothing.
That's the burn.
Proud of you.
I did something.
It's weird that I'm doing
Okay.
nothing.
So you hit the driver right in the arm where he's like in the middle of trying to get the horse to go, and you hit him right in the arm, and he looks over to the guy that climbed in. Screw you! And jumps off the wagon and begins to bolt for the opening at the end of the alley.
I'll take it.
That's impressive. Get him off. Good job.
Yay.
Yay, Abner.
Inadvertent
Let's
intimidation.
just say he rolled a 1. Next up is the guy in the remaining guy in the wagon, who then he is going to jump off the wagon and run towards where the torch is. Yeah, because there was torchlight from the hallway. So he's running towards the torch.
Back into the building.
Well, back to the... It's not the doorway. There was a... It's like... Essentially, there are a few, like, torch sconces along the back of the area. It's sort of like... It's a, like, loading dock type of area. And so he's running towards one of those torches. Actually, he would be able to reach on it if he just dashes for it. So he runs for it and throws what's in his hand into the flame.
For sure.
As he releases it, could I do a check to see if I can tell what it is?
Sure.
15 plus 6, so 21.
Is a what? I'll roll a knowledge nature check.
4 plus... So 9.
It's definitely an unusual substance, but as to what it is, you don't know.
I'm guessing it's highly flammable since he threw it into the fire.
There's
Probably
a
oil of some
sudden
kind.
gout of flame, and after he throws it in, he looks over the guy at the billy club and says, "We need to get out of here now."
So, whose activation?
Next activation is the guard facing Viz.
Okay.
Actually, no, you haven't made your attack yet. So
No.
it's your turn, and then it's him.
Wait,
17.
It's roll for damage.
5. 2.
Yep. Plus the dexterity modifier, making it
4,
6.
6. Then do I do an extra one?
Nope, no sneak attack this time.
Okay.
He knows you're there.
Oh yeah, never mind. I know I did 8 last time.
You see he's
not
about
dead.
he's about to take another swing as you
Step.
as you take your knife, and as he's reaching up, you see the chink of armor in between the shoulder plate and the breastplate, and being a halfling, it's a little too high up to stab. So you instead take your dagger, flip it over, and chuck it, and and he falls over.
Dang, dude. I just did some Mortal Kombat stuff. Finish him.
Mortal Kombat would be like taking his entire spine out with your knife or something.
Yeah, true.
But next up is top of the order with
another
Doran.
swing.
Okay.
That's tough.
Sergeant's gonna make a swing. It's cocked. Oh. With a 11, that's a no. Next up is actually go ahead and make a perception check, Doran. Okay. You hear in the distance, "Make way! Make way!" As in there are more guards heading to the sign of the disturbance.
Just FYI.
Good to know.
All right. Next up is the gentleman with the billy club, who is going to disengage and run for basically in the same direction that the driver is running towards. Since he disengaged, you don't get an attack of opportunity against him, and he is bolting it. Next up is you. You can attempt to. Okay, yeah. As you're running after him, like you reach to tackle him, but as he's running, he kind of looks back and sees it and is able to dodge it. Next up is Abner.
I run up to the carriage and I basically shout, "You can stop them from escaping. There's a whole lot of carrots in your future."
Wagon begins to move. Yeah, so the wagon begins to pull itself, and it's making its way towards the end.
This is so dumb.
With it, you do. Yeah,
I mean, I have animal handling if I need to check that.
yeah. Go ahead and roll animal handling.
Or handle animal. 9.
Okay. As you start moving, it takes a bit of a pull to really get it going, so you're still behind where you weren't able to cut them off yet. Next up is the guy who threw the substance into the torch that you guys just kind of left, and he's gonna bolt the opposite way down the alley. go away from you guys. Basically,
You chase him.
they're chasing the other guys. They can't.
Oh.
Next up is Viz.
Which one am I closer to the guy that's bolting from fire, or the one that is with?
You have no idea that those guys are there. So
Oh, I
the
can't
one by
see
door.
them?
No, they went in the building. They shut the door, and that's all you've seen of them. That's the
So
last you've seen.
how far
of them.
am I from door?
You roll another acrobatics check to make your way through the clear out.
That's what I have to do.
Could be either that or working your way back to the building we went.
Yeah.
Well, at this point, I'm pretty far from the building. I'm assuming.
It would take you a turn to get to the building because you'd be moving with the flow of the crowd.
And it'd be better for me to have Dorn with me
Your choice.
on that way.
Your choice.
Nah, don't do it.
You think you can handle that guy?
Sure.
I yelled
Yes.
that across. You think you?
Even though neither of you have hit each other. Actually,
Yeah.
no, the sergeant did hit you. So.
Good. Good.
All right, I'm gonna head back towards.
Okay.
I got this. He's a pansy.
He still doesn't know it's us though.
Sounds good.
I'm gonna insult him.
I'm gonna see what's going on in that weird building over there.
All right. With the flow of the crowd, you're able to make your way to the door, and you do see that is latched. You can attempt next turn to
pick
get
it.
through. Yeah. With that said, we then go to the top of the order with.
Cool.
Miss, let's get over here.
It's like moving on.
Oh. Finally did something. 21?
Yeah, that's a
21?
hit.
21?
That's
yeah.
it.
Yep. Whoa. With a 12.
His head explodes.
All right.
I can handle him.
Take you in the process of fighting, you're both parrying blows from each other. Then you parry it, and your axe is in a good position where you can just bring it immediately around for a swing, and you connect right in his gut, and it goes in a good 3 inches, where it's like that's a good clean cut. The sergeant immediately grabs the handle of the axe and with his free hand, and then attacks with his sword. 17.
Hits.
Uh, 5 damage.
I'll do that.
Dang. Really.
I mean, I've only done 11 damage. So.
Yeah,
Says the
you're
guy who was like, "That's a miss. Let's move on." Both of us hit. All right, we go to Jube. Or no, we go to Billy Club guy who's still run. Who just takes his entire turn to run.
Wait, is that the guy that threw the?
No, it's the other guy. And the driver is also. The driver's gone at this point.
You
Like,
notice the other guy running?
you can.
Do it, dude.
While raging,
Come
no,
help
you
me
wouldn't
out.
notice him.
I'm gonna stick
You're just
by the
focused
other
on what's in front of you, and you're like, let's
What
go
other
into a
guys?
bloody
There's
hole.
Can I throw my
No, he
axe?
said I heard in the distance.
My dagger at him? See-
Sure.
It was like, make way.
Roll a range attack.
Oh, great! You're gonna fight all the guards.
I'm gonna die.
1.
Why do you?
Gonna die.
Being a dagger, you've hardly ever used daggers. You chuck it, and it kind of your release timing is
Costs like
off,
$300.
and it just kind of and lands in the alleyway, harmless, 20 feet in front of the guy. Where you're just like,
That's terrible.
I'll just.
all right, Abner, go ahead and roll handle
Oh my
animal.
gosh.
13 plus, it was either 4 or 5.
Good enough.
Yeah.
With it, you're able to really get the horse spurred and going, where the horse is able to get to the front of get to the end of the alley, and you turn the wagon to basically block the way.
Okay.
Then the guy who was fleeing the other way, at this point, you guys wouldn't be able to catch him, so for all intents and purposes, he has escaped. He's gone. I mean, he's running at full sprint, so
Yeah, I know.
unless you guys have a way of moving faster than a sprinting guy, you can't catch up. But then the other guy could escape.
We got two.
So, the driver is gone at this point.
Oh,
So it's
He's,
just,
like,
you
darting
just
to
have
the
the guy
side
with the
alley.
Billy Club.
Kill him. Kill him.
So, you with the order. Is that? Yeah, we're back to the top of the order already.
Wait, what did I do?
Oh yeah, you're at the door. You can attempt a lockpick.
Alright, I'm gonna attempt a lockpick.
All right, roll sleight of hand.
15. 8.
With your newly furnished lockpick, you see the lock and you're just like, child's play. And immediately it unlocks and you can you open the door and it's just a dark room. You can see a faint light coming from underneath one of the doorways.
I walk up to that one.
You run up to it, yeah.
Yeah, run up to that.
Unlocked.
I open it.
Okay.
And do I see the guy running, or I don't see
It's a
anything?
hallway, right?
You see an open door to a back alley, and that's it.
Running forward.
All right, you get about halfway down the alley before that's the end of your move. So
Okay.
we now go to the top of the order. Okay. He swings. 19.
Yep.
Wade's dead.
Wait, I'm losing the vibe.
We're a lucky 4 damage.
Bless. Friggin'.
I rolled a 2. A 2 with a +2.
But Wade wants to die.
Maybe.
Wait. To confirm. 2. I have not fudged that number in the slightest.
Is it a crit?
No. It's a 2 plus he has a strength bonus of 2.
Gotcha. This is it. Parents Tell
You're
me
like,
I love them.
hold on. What's my backstory
I
again?
had to think about
Let
that.
me speak about some exposition before I die here. No.
Dead guy.
Next up is Jude,
Above ground.
or Billy Club guy. He basically
Why is this
stops
how you
and is
die?
like,
this is so terrible.
the Billy Club guy essentially stops with the wagon in front.
I know.
And he just,
For the
he's like,
heroic fireside stories.
and he raises his hands, interlaces his fingers and puts them behind his back. So he does that and then and get flung to the ground. Okay.
Super effective.
The two just have to.
Yeah, you hit the guy that had surrendered. Good job.
It's a rage move, so
Oh yeah. No, I'm not saying it was I'm not saying what you did wasn't
Justified.
Was in
The
character.
yeah, it was
difficulty of
very
your task
very
not
much in
very
character.
hard.
It's very much in character. I'm just saying you don't have to roll for it because it's not like he's attempting to dodge it. Okay. Abner, you're up. What do you like to do?
I'm gonna stop listening to the voices in my head. I'm
okay.
as he's tackled and surrendered. I go. Wouldn't happen to have any keys, would you? Since they're still shackled.
Can I break it for him?
Yeah, attempt to. Yeah.
I'll knock the other guy out.
For the other guy's gone. He ran down the
I'm
other
talking about the guy
direction.
that he's tapping.
The guy that's currently on the ground.
Wait, doesn't work.
For the sake of it, the
He's
combat
he's
had
officer.
the.
We're all chaotic.
I haven't killed anybody yet, so my conscience is clean.
That is true. The only people that have killed people are you two guys.
Oh my god, we're awful.
So what?
For the sake of
They're all
expedience,
good and
since
innocent.
there's no combat
We're
currently
definitely
happening in the
out of
alley,
people.
we'll say initiative has ended for you guys. You hop off the wagon and walk over to you, and you can attempt to break it.
Okay.
And this is your last time before your rage would wear off. Yeah, it breaks.
Two.
It's like a small metal clasp where it's You're easily able to snap it.
So I guess I take like a makeshift belt that I made from like for my disguise, and I kind of use that to restrain
Okay.
the guy.
Good. At this point, Biz exits to the alleyway, and you see, right as you run out, you see to your left, one person essentially rounding the corner, just leaving your field of view and running into the crowd. And then to your right, you see a wagon that's blocking the way, and you see Abner and Jube standing over a man.
All right. Are they far enough, like where if I yell, they can hear me?
Yeah.
What do you guys think I should do? Want me to run after that guy, or you want me?
You would.
The only
Can
guy.
they see him or no? Can I yell?
They would have seen him, but it's like just as he rounds the corner.
He just rounded the corner. You guys want me to chase him, or you guys want me to go help you guys out?
I go. Where's Dorn?
Doran's with some guards.
Chase the guy.
Doran might be not alive after this,
Run.
but
I go.
Chase the guy.
I go. Chase him. We'll circle back.
all right, I start chasing this guy.
I'm thinking.
Can I do like a speed check?
No, it's you basically move at 80 feet per turn. For reference, once you basically would get to the end of the alley and roll a perception check. Yeah, because there's a huge crowd of people fleeing the scene.
Oh, and it's a 3.
Yeah,
So-
you round the corner and you just see a swarm of people all panicked
Sweet.
and running
So you're
away.
useless. You can't help me, and you can't
So-
help them.
To be fair, he did stop two
You know,
guys
it's
that was
true.
making his way towards you.
So I'm not sure since we're kind of in, kind of out of initiative. You can wait till
killed
later on the
2
activations,
people.
but I'm thinking
You're a murderer.
us. I'm thinking us two and the guy
And
we
I did it
restrained.
pretty, like, gnarly.
I'll pile into
Shooting
the
a
cart
dagger
and
into
we
the
try to
crowd.
loop around to the front of the building.
Okay.
Where did that come from? Where has that been this
Okay.
whole time?
Since he said Dorn was in trouble,
Well,
we can try to
the
help him.
game right. the whole time.
We'll say it'll take you 2 rounds to do that.
2 rounds?
Dorn is not in trouble. Dorn has accepted his future.
We're on the
We're
way
going
to
to the
you.
top. Dorn, your turn.
Doran's gonna die.
Oh my god, you've got to be kidding me.
Just hoist him into the wagon.
Is that a 1?
Roll to that 20.
Really?
Yeah.
Roll damage.
He wants to
I
die.
know he does.
I got a new character.
Yeah, you.
You killed
Demolition.
him. You killed him.
How do you want him to die?
Ooh.
I'm gonna look him in the eyes. I'm gonna like,
So you look him in the eyes.
I take my axe and I wanna like dig it into his shoulder and say, you should have killed me when you had the chance. And then slowly with all my might, pull across his chest and then rip out.
Okay.
And that's really.
As-
Please actually be a bad guy. Please actually be a bad guy.
Yeah.
As you're pulling it across, like you get very faint feeling of. What do you think I was trying to do, you moron? As you're killing him. Yeah, he crumbles to the ground as you rip your
You
axe out.
just
from
one
the
shot
gun.
at him.
We didn't.
No, that was two or three.
It was 2 hit. It was
Two
2
hits.
hits. The first hit was max damage. Yeah. So he crumbles to the ground, and you see at the end of the street multiple squads of guards appear,
Oh, great.
How far away are they?
like a block or 2. They're having difficulty getting the crowd out of the way.
I'm gonna turn around and look at them and just stand my ground, pat my chest with my axe and say, "You want me? Come and get me!" And I load my gun as well.
Okay. As they're
I'm gonna take them all on.
As they're working their way through the crowd, a wagon bursts through from the side alley that these two are at. As they round the corner, you see Doran standing there, beating his chest. What would you like to do?
I basically just ride directly in front. Go. Called in the cavalry.
No, you guys go. I'll hold them off.
I grab him and just.
We can literally outrun all of them.
Jube attempts to grab you.
I'm gonna try and slide under the cart to avoid him.
You just throw
Wait,
yourself
how do you?
under
You're
the cart.
standing there. How do you
over.
slide?
I wanna avoid it. What do I need to roll to avoid getting grabbed?
I mean, it's a grapple, so you'd roll combat maneuver defense. You would roll your combat maneuver bonus. D20.
20.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll your D20, Wade.
20.
See if you can
Wade,
cancel
go
the
ahead. Go ahead and roll. If it's a 20,
Roll it, Wade. Roll it.
okay.
17.
All right. So,
I hate you so much. I need you to
Abner,
understand how much I hate you right now.
Abner goes. Called in the cavalry, and Jube just reaches over and
just picks
do you
him
want to say anything as you pick him up?
Reach him.
Okay. So, for
Am I with you guys, or am I just out in the corner?
you went the other direction
You went
to
down
try
the
to
other
spot the
corner.
guy.
Okay.
We'll say you're both. You're on and the I don't know what the name for it is, but the section where the driver would typically be. You're both sitting there, and as he says that, Jupe just kind of grabs the back, leans over, just scoops you up
I'm
as
sitting
they're
here,
going by.
like flailing, like no, let go of me, trying to hit him from behind.
If you
And then I
want to
say,
roll
let's
an
go
attack
get-
with your
let's go get
fists,
Viz.
sure.
Turn his sleeve around.
Oh, he's trying to attack you.
With
Which is over.
his rage is over, so that gives him a +2 to his armor. I know it's on here somewhere.
I'm gonna get him to trying to stun him enough to
Loosen his grip.
this grip.
That would
Fight these
that
guys.
would hit. It's a -4 if you're grappled. So roll a d4.
4.
Okay. You take 4 non-lethal damage.
I have to lose his grip on me. Trying to hit
Put
him.
him first. Write it in. Now roll a d20. Yeah, he still's got you.
Screw you! Get off me! I can handle them.
Okay.
Can I see out the carriage still?
Where you're at.
Hold on,
He
can I-
has a
can I-
gun.
I just
Yeah,
punch
but-
it and knock him out.
You can. Yeah, you can. You can
I
attempt
want to shoot them.
Well, so you just threw a punch. He grappled. You then threw a punch, so he now gets an action. No. As you're struggling around, you connect, but it's like kind of a clumsy punch where it's really got no force behind it. So it's just kind
It
of
was
like,
more of a noogie than a punch.
yeah, sort of. So as you're continuing,
I drive slow enough that I can pick them off one by one.
We should go get Liz.
So I'm not sure how the street layout works. Can we circle around to Viz without driving straight towards those guards?
so
Like, can we? Like, if we were going this way and the guards are coming this
okay,
way.
so here is the street you guys are on. Your wagon came out from this street.
Mm-hmm.
Viz is like right here along this street.
So can we can
just-
double back to the next street.
You're heading in this direction, so
Yeah.
you can just basically take a right turn. You'll find Viz, theoretically.
Get close to
Because
him.
we saw the general direction he was running.
Yeah,
So,
you
okay.
know where he was running to.
Get close to him, I'll just grab him.
Okay, so Viz, you see a cart blow through the corner and
Acrobatics
turn.
check to jump onto the cart.
Okay, roll for it.
Plus 9.
9, yeah. So you see the wagon like round the corner, and as it's coming by, you see like you pile like a few drop thing, like just kind of junk like laying on the ground, and you're like, "It's cool." So you run, and you essentially use the different things as steps
Oh, nice.
to then jump, and you land in the back of the wagon as it's going.
Nice. And I sheath my daggers at the same time as I land.
Or if you wanted to, as you're around the corner, you can attempt a shot. However, there's a large crowd in between, so it is very likely you will shoot
gosh,
someone in
dang.
the crowd. Let me put it this way. If you miss, and it's a very hard shot, you will hit someone in the crowd 100% guaranteed.
I want out. I want to fight them.
He's going to shoot it.
Really, the only way you'd attempt that is if you make a lethal attack against you.
Can I tell he's doing that or no?
I don't want to make a lethal attack against you. Dude, let go. Let me fight.
Can I tell he's gonna shoot?
I mean, he's that's what he told you. Let me go. I want to fight.
Can I just punch him? I'll punch him again?
So he's not going to let you go. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna make a lethal attack.
Oh my gosh.
With your pistol, I'm assuming. Because you can't. You're grappled. You can't, and you're hanging kind of from the wagon. You wouldn't really be able to get an attack with your axe.
I'm
So
hanging from the wagon.
he's holding you.
Can I try and like hit him again and knock his grip loose again? Then
Sure.
I want to do that because I want him to let go of me.
Okay. So roll an attack.
At what point in this can I interject something, like
Sure.
verbally? You want to fight?
Yes.
We can take you to a fight. And I lean over to the horse. Take us to your home.
What? I don't understand.
I think you should stay.
I see what you're doing. That's actually something I didn't plan for. Well played, sir.
I'm gonna try and knock his.
Okay. So,
And I guess he could do a perception to see if he notices the prisoner we have, right?
yeah, you can. If you want.
I'm gonna try and knock his grip loose first, and then I'll do a perception thing.
Okay.
Gosh, dang
19 plus. What do I need to add to that?
It would be your strength modifier.
19.
It would connect.
Or 4.
Yeah, D4.
Well, I would add my combat maneuver bonus, wouldn't I? Or my base attack bonus.
For your roll, yeah, but it
So it
hits.
would have been 20. 4.
So you take 4 more non-lethal damage. And then roll.
You gotta roll to hold on.
Then it's plus strength modifier, which makes it 9. You aren't raging anymore. Let me look up grappling for that because there are a lot of rules when it comes to grappling. Because it's like, if it goes like this, this can happen. If it goes like
I'm
this.
listening for it. I'm going back to the crowd.
Music is too soothing for having the guards barrel down and
Yes,
trying to
say.
kill us all. This is the music going through your head as you're sitting there with 1 health.
Don't I get an attack on him though? Does he attack me?
Not if you lose your grip.
Which is what he's checking.
I lost your dagger.
It's business. It was Viz's.
Actually, hold
He
on.
was just practically giving
I
it away.
was doing it wrong for how to break grapple. Go ahead and erase your non-lethal damage. The first one still wouldn't have because it was too low of a roll. Run
So
with
the
that.
4 does both.
It's basically you then roll against his combat maneuver defense, which is 10 plus your strength modifier plus your dexterity modifier plus a special size modifier. You know, like if you're a giant or if you're a halfling.
Both of those didn't.
They
You
didn't
don't
do.
have any of the damage.
It's basically he instead of him throwing a punch to see if it lets
I'm
go,
just
he's
trying to
just like
break-
trying to like
break the grapple.
Yeah. So, what is your strength modifier? What is your dexterity modifier?
19 it is.
You literally barely beat the grapple.
Wait.
Because if you're grappled, Yeah, you barely beat it.
So I beat the grapple, and I'm sprinting back towards the guards.
You need to do acrobatics to jump off the cart.
Yeah,
Right?
roll an acrobatics check.
You're gonna fall.
8 total.
You take 2 damage as you fall.
I'm out.
As he breaks free from the grip, you don't really angle your body correctly as you fall, and you kind of land on your back and skid. And when you hit, it takes the wind out of you, and the last bit of consciousness that you were holding on to just fades away.
I jump out and just.
I was gonna say, do we have enough distance between us and the guards to circle back and grab him, right?
No?
Let me see how much progress the cards have made.
They're still working their way through the crowd.
They are about a block away. If you stop to pick him up, they will be able to positively ID all of you.
Do it. It's not worth it.
Well, I mean,
Let the dwarf fall to his stupidity.
we're kind of going towards their place.
We could battle them. Why not? I know.
How many guards are there?
12. 3 squads.
Yeah, you could battle them.
It's 3 full squads, which is a sergeant in each plus 3 guards.
This is like the caverns all over again.
To be
With
fair,
their
it's not like the caverns. It's literally you fired a pistol in the middle of a crowded street. Panic has ensued. They're obviously going to be like, yeah, send a detachment down there, figure out what's going on, and restore order.
No, I know. It's just one of those like, do we stay and fight?
Let me see what I got.
No, not.
One
Right,
second. Let me see.
I'm thinking we loop back.
I have a grappling hook.
Go ahead and see if you can
You can't. Yeah, you can attempt to grapple and hook
I'm
him.
just see how much damage it takes as he gets dragged through the street.
Yeah, you can't.
Like grapple hook around his foot or something like that.
You can grapple him. You will be then dragging him through the street where he will be taking damage as you drag him.
That's fine.
Are you sure? Like, I mean,
Let me put it.
Wait, I would take damage as it?
Yeah, you're being dragged from the
I
back of a
agree.
wagon.
Yes, I think that is a great idea.
could you use your strength to pull him up quicker?
Theoretically, yeah.
Alright, so I grapple hook,
So basically, I slow down the cart and kind of leave it up to them to get him back in.
or I say, dude, you want to try grapple hook? So I hand him the grapple hook.
Okay. It's a range attack.
Make sure to get that back to me.
14 plus what?
It's dexterity.
Okay.
15.
And your base attack bonus.
Please.
The BAB.
It's on the left. It's right over on the side by your skills. Should be right up here.
It's blank. Was it 1 before?
For Blood Rager, I think it's
15.
it might be 2.
20.
I don't remember if they have the faster medium. Let me check. It might be a +2. It's either a +2 or +1. I know it's one of the 2.
Plus 2. 17.
It is a +2.
17.
Okay. As you throw the grappling hook, it lands. So you're moving away from Doran, and it lands. From your perspective, it lands behind him, and as it drags, it catches his back and begins to drag him. You take 1 damage from the grapple hook bearing into you. Okay. So that depends if he speeds up or not. Because so far he said that he slowed down to give them a chance to throw.
I'm trying to essentially bring it to a stop.
Okay. So
I figure coming to a stop and then starting up again is going to be faster than turning it back around.
4 minutes.
Go ahead, Wade. Go ahead and roll a Constitution saving throw, which is just a D20 with your Constitution modifier. Okay, you do not take an additional point of damage from dying state. As they are dragging you, you take 3 additional damage. Go ahead and make a strength check.
Are you kidding me?
Roll the 20. Roll it again.
Can he hand me the rope and I try to?
Is it plus the 4? Would be. That'd be.
If it's a 1, it's still a fail.
He
So-
hand me the rope and I try.
So you pull. If you want, next time you can assist him in pulling,
Okay.
where it will give him a bonus to his roll. So you pull, and like your great axe gets stuck on one of the cobblestones of the road, where it's like
So everything gets pulled tight, and I'm just like stretched out.
not exactly, but just kind of like it gets hung up where you are not able to pull him in this
I'm
turn.
gonna try it again this time. And I'll say, Viz, help me this time.
Take damage first.
Guards are suck it. The guards are still working their way through the cloud. They are a block and a half away.
Hurry, Viz, help me.
You go ahead and roll a Constitution saving throw. Typically, when you roll well for those, you shouldn't be like, "Dang it!"
19.
Yeah, you did not take a point of damage.
Guys, I'm sorry. I don't usually play like this. I just hate this character so much. I made such a bad character.
I'm gonna roll again.
Okay. Yeah, you can attempt.
I'm gonna help him.
Okay, roll D20.
Yeah, I take
Oh,
damage
nice.
as well.
Okay, good point.
Yeah.
2 damage.
Dude.
2.
You don't help him at all.
I'm just standing there
With
like.
a 20, what is your weight currently, Wade?
It's a personal question.
What is Doran's weight?
I don't know. It's
I know you at least wrote down what it was for your character. I can
yeah,
estimate.
it's in the page, but what's a normal weight for a dwarf?
130, something like that. Okay.
That's all the stuff.
I would. You are able to pull him. You're able to pull him and get him into the back. You,
Oh, yeah, I did. 160.
okay.
Plus
Yeah.
all the stuff I have is I'm gonna be around almost 200.
With a roll of 20, I think then not a nat 20, but with modifiers, as a barbarian, he can pull you in. But
The whole way?
you aren't that. It's not like you're that far away. The question was whether or not they.
Off the ground onto the back. Right?
It would be farther if they brought the wagon to a stop, hopped out. They've been dragging you for like half a block. But you take 1 additional damage as they're pulling you in. And then Doran is now very badly bleeding from being dragged behind a wagon on top of having multiple cut wounds from a sword fight.
Do I have to make another Constitution save?
After I finish explaining, yeah. After you get him in, what are your actions?
I guess who do I trust more with taking the reins?
Guys, I had to change of heart. I promise.
That's awesome.
Guys, I swear I had a divine encounter.
I guess technically my character would trust you more since we
Yeah.
were just together doing stuff.
Yeah.
So then I'm like,
They don't care.
I mean, he already trusts me, so I think he's gonna just kind of turn to you, kind of hand the reins to you, get us to safety, and then I get to the back where you are.
Go ahead and
gonna
roll.
take him.
Go ahead and roll a Constitution save.
Thank God.
And I say this is gonna take a while to get their trust back.
Do not take damage. It's a DC of 10, so it's a 50-50 chance.
So then I get back there, So for healing, do I need to get him back up to 0, or is it just any healing stabilizes? And all that?
If you heal him, it stabilizes him where he ceases losing health, but you would still be in negative. So basically, if you take any more damage while still in the negative but stable, you then go back to the dying state. So you stop bleeding out, but you are in no way in good shape /
Okay.
anywhere close to coming back to consciousness.
And then I cast Cure Light Wounds on him.
Okay. Roll for healing.
Would be 1d8. 7. It's 1d8 plus 1. So 8 health. I don't know if that brings you to positive.
Okay.
So just regular unconscious then.
Yeah. You've stabilized.
Woohoo!
Yay! We saved him!
Scary.
Right, I have no idea what I'm doing, so.
Go ahead and roll a survival check. Yeah. As you're making your way through the crowd, being in a wagon that is pulled by a horse, you are able to outpace the guards that are still working their way through the crowd. You are able to eventually get to safety. Actually, no. Go ahead and roll one more survival check. You're able to break away from the guards, but are you able to find a good spot to hide the cart?
17.
Yeah, you're able to find a good spot to hide the cart. So with that said, you've escaped, and you do have the prisoner still in the back of the cart next to the unconscious Doran.
And he's tied up and conscious?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
At this point, the guy is just quiet, where he's like, he's resigned to his fate.
Okay, so I'm thinking we'll need to rest a little bit before we go to their wherever they were going to take us. So
Huh? Mine's a 9.
yeah, so we can interrogate. So we have two options. You can interrogate him, try to figure out what he's up to, what he was trying to do, all that type of stuff. If it fails, we can just have the horse take us to whatever the base is, but we'll be going in blind.
So what did this guy do? I wasn't there.
Well, they were rounding up beggars and taking them somewhere.
Okay.
We were kind of interrupted in the middle of that process.
So can I go? my
I don't know why.
Okay.
So I go up to him and say, "What were you doing with those beggars?" Or I'll cut you.
Oh, and as he goes up, I cast
Steer off.
guidance on him.
What's that do?
It's a level 0 spell, which gives you a +1 to your next roll.
Oh, I'll cut your leg.
Roll an intimidation check.
It's
Oh
not
wait,
really
no, okay, hold on.
Diplomacy, not intimidation.
Okay, I'm not doing that. What were you doing with those beggars?
Good cop, bad cop. You go good cop. first.
Ideally, just barter with him.
Okay.
Maybe see if we'll let him go if he gives us some information.
Okay. Tell us what we need to know. We'll let you get on your way. I'm sure you got things that you want to do with your life.
Roll diplomacy.
17 plus 9, 26. Plus 1, 27.
Look, man, I'm just the hired muscle.
That's
What's done above me, I don't know, and I don't get paid to know.
You don't even know where these guys are going. You don't know any of that information.
I load them into the wagon and then walk away.
Are you sure?
And roll a sense motive check if you want.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
17.
He's lying.
I literally know that you're not telling the truth right now. Tell us the truth.
Bad cops.
While this is all going on, I'm just kind of listening while
Doran is
like
muttering from his
All
sleep.
right, I look over to
Bad
Abner.
cop.
I look over to Abner. I tell you what. Obviously, you probably heard.
yeah, I was kind of listening while like petting the horse to make sure it stays friendly.
What should I do? Stabby stab or no stabby
Give him
stab?
some gold. Do it up.
I'm gonna raise my hand. For
Offer
stabby
some
stab.
gold for some information.
I'm thinking we're not gonna stabby stab him. There might be stabby stab in the future depending on where he leads us.
Fair enough. So money?
Stab.
All right. Here's the deal, man. How much they paying you?
Doesn't say anything.
It's not gonna work.
I'm leaning towards the Trojan horse situation.
Happen spin.
We'll get in the cart, act like we're tied up, takes us in.
How do we convince? Do you have any
Fireball to
spells?
his back. Like you did with the.
I mean,
I
we have
wait.
overwhelming.
Hold on.
You can't just hold a fireball charged ready to shoot him in the back for a cart what?
You can hold a
Right.
pistol to his back.
Guys, I'm not a very intimidating person.
Neither am I -1. Straight.
Okay, I have a 3 on it. So I go up and I'm like holding a knife or my dagger to his throat and say, "Give me the information."
Roll an intimidation check.
20, 17.
He goes, "Well, man, calm down. As I said, I'm just the hired muscle.
I don't give a crap what you are.
All I know is that the other guy that was with me, he gives him a little something. We load him in the cart and they ride off. Other than that, I don't know."
What's
Can I
that?
sense the motive on that?
Sure.
4. That's failed. Probably. Very good. No, it's.
He's still lying.
But I blatantly.
You know he's still.
Wow.
What's the
You as
guy's
Viz are like, he is still lying.
Ask what the guy's name is.
I look over at Abner. Can I stab?
In the leg. In the leg.
See, I do the leg.
I mean, he needs to live through this because we'll need more. Info.
Yes. But he's
Right.
not telling us what we need to know.
Put a finger off.
You get this interrogate him.
I'm gonna stab him in the leg.
Turn a blind eye. What you do is what you
Roll a
do.
d4.
It's a very particular set of skills.
Or d6, sorry. Basically, roll for your damage.
3. Oh.
It'd be 2. He goes, "Oh, what? Oh, God, what the? Why are you? Oh, this is so painful."
I hold it
Twist it.
and I look at him and I say, "Tell me what I want to know."
I'm
not listening.
I was
I'm not
gonna say,
listening,
out
Dad.
of game, I feel like we need to have Wade play a secondary character that's just like a little fairy that follows us around.
Yes.
Stab him.
Is there on his
more
shoulder?
to him.
Dude, yes.
Rage.
I just have my hand on the knife and I say, "Tell us what we need to know."
Roll intimidation. You get a +4 to this.
Bro, you got a family. I'm sure you don't want this to go bad. I rolled a 2.
Plus
6.
4.
6.
Plus 4 plus 3.
Plus an additional 3, so it's. He says some stuff, but it's honestly kind of incoherent because he's in a lot of pain from the dagger in his
Shake
leg.
it up, baby. Now shake it up, baby.
I pull the dagger out.
Twist and shout. Twist and shout.
Did you guys tie him with the hands behind the back or in front?
Did no one tie him up? Is he
No,
just-
they tied him up.
I did. Probably behind his back.
Okay. He.
I tell him that we can heal him if you give us the information that we need.
You haven't.
I have one more.
What information are you going to get? I've told you what I know.
You have it. You are lying to me.
I've told you what I know.
Where do they bring them? What are they doing with them?
Let's see.
So 1.
Stab, stab.
Yes.
You know better than Tom's house.
It's 3, so it's 4.
A 1 is an automatic
It's
fail.
Oh, it's an automatic fail.
So the other leg.
He goes, I've told you all I know already.
Abner, you want to high five in? You want to tag it out?
Might want to listen to what the kid says. I mean,
I did just
From
kill
what-
two
from-
people.
from what I've seen, some pretty bad stuff's been going on here. And I don't think you'd want your name tied up in any of this once it all goes down.
Roll diplomacy.
18 plus. Forget if mine is good or bad.
I'm supposed to be good at it. Can I steal? I need to talk my way out of things.
This is a -1, so
Fortunately,
17.
The dice gods are not on your side.
17.
He goes, you don't think I know that this is bad? Of course I know it's bad. What choice do I have?
He's a good guy.
Okay. What's going on,
Well-
man? What's up with your family? What?
Now you're a good cop?
Yo, I am.
Now we
Like-
just need Alex to go to a shop and buy some masks. Be like, good cop,
Good cop.
bad cop.
I literally am chaotic neutral. Like I don't care.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm just making a joke.
I mean, we're not saying you don't have any choice. You're with us now.
We'll keep you safe,
If there's
man.
anything that we can do to remedy the situation.
Yeah, I sheathed my knife at this point.
Okay. Goes. Okay, look.
You should play some.
I know that the other guy would dose all of them up before sticking them in the wagon. That's what he threw in the fire there before we were supposed to split. But
You know where he gets these supplies?
I don't know. It's a different person that I'm part. I get a message to meet at this location. It's a different guy.
Is it the
It's
same,
a rotation of different people.
the same location every time or a different location?
There are 3 locations throughout town, but this is the one that we use the most because it's closest to the riffraff.
Could you
You just call him riffraff. Maybe so.
Yes.
point us to these other 2 locations?
How dare you call them that? Jump at him.
As he's making progress, you threaten him.
Yep.
You actually go through with that?
Yep.
You guys want to react with anything, or at this point? I mean, at this point, the cart is parked, so you are all witnessing this conversation, except for Doran. He's unconscious.
Yeah, he's just sleeping peacefully.
I really want to be a
Abner.
fairy now.
Call them riffraff.
Intimidators.
Dude,
You could just tell me to stop. You don't necessarily need to intimidate me.
No. He's like, I'm a...
That's fine.
I mean, right now it's currently Viz is leaping at him with daggers drawn. Do you guys want to react, or do I let the attacks go through?
Take him away.
Just
Shoot fly.
Both of you roll initiative.
Oh my god.
8.
Yeah, you go first. Are you also wanting to interact with anything, or
Just let it go.
I basically say he'll have a time to pay for his sins later.
So as I jump, I'm sitting there just like I haven't attacked him. I have my knives like on his throat.
okay?
I sheath them. Okay, Abner. You better pay his due.
Okay. The guy is thoroughly panicked.
Overly dramatic and anticlimactic all at once.
He goes, what was your question again?
I'm in a battle of chaotic neutral right now
Can you point us
because of my interaction.
to those other 2
and
meetup
the thing,
locations?
So
Yeah, if you keep that madman away from me.
That's
I
what you
am
said.
not mad. I just see spirits.
We should do a stakeout on the other 2 locations. What do you think?
Wildly out of hand.
Yeah, I mean it's a lead. We'll have to figure out if we want to stake it out or go in, storming the place. But we'll yeah, having the location is better than not having the
Stabby
location.
stab?
You've walked away at this point.
Well, no, like I
All
was
right, tell us
literally,
what it is.
Pacing.
All right, fair enough.
What's your name?
Sorry, I should have clarified.
You asked the
The prisoner.
prisoner.
What his name is.
He goes.
Yes, it is.
What's your name again, kid?
My name is Viz.
He responds. My name is Albert.
Why do you
Sure.
care?
He just really cares about him and his well-being.
14.
Since he's being sincere.
Oh, dude, he really told you his name. It's impressive. Considering
Progress.
this guy's a lying thief. Lying about everything.
Says the thief that has gotten to prison multiple times.
This guy does not know that.
So
I'm just saying it out of game.
Yeah.
I figure we're probably gonna be resting before we go into any fray.
I think resting is good. Still have a cut on my leg. Kind of bend bob.
I'm thinking as a sign of goodwill, though. I use my last level 1 spell slot to cure light wounds on the guy.
Okay. You don't even need to roll for it since he's only taking 2 damage. And the wound seals up immediately, and the person responds, okay, I mean, do you want me to take you or
Yeah.
just point on a map to where they are?
What
Because
is it later in the day at this point?
this is
It's been
closer-
multiple hour.
Yeah, this
waits.
is at like 3:30.
Take us, take us, take us.
So I'm thinking.
I think you should take us. I don't trust that guy.
Do we do a night mission? Do we rest until night and then go out, or do we wait till morning? You think?
Incognito. This could help my stabby stab. It's at night.
A little
Stealth.
stealthier.
Yeah, do we get a bonus if it's at night for stealth?
Well, this happened during the middle
Possibly.
of the day, so we.
Because
It's dependent on light sources. If you're in a well lit area, it's about the same. If you are moving through shadowy areas, their perception is hard. It's a harder roll for
okay,
them.
yeah. So
Think-
we
yeah.
should wait till. Yeah.
I mean, either way, yeah, we can either wait till night or wait till morning. But either way, I think we'll be waiting. So, you basically say to the prisoner, no hard feelings, but until we act on some of this evidence, you're gonna have to stick with us just to make sure that none of this gets out.
Or I stabby
As
stab.
you've seen, we'll take good care of you.
As long as I honor the agreement, swear that you'll let me go free.
Yes,
We'll discuss when we should discuss it as a team.
No. I agreed to show you the places. You let go.
Down this
I'm saying as long as I wait, but wait till it's nightfall. It doesn't change the agreement, right? Where after
as long as you cooperate in leading us towards solving this issue, we will
Thank you, Demonic Wizard, for the host.
release you and let you on your way, unless obviously you step in our way or some egregious crime that we aren't aware of surfaces, like you eat babies for breakfast.
What the heck?
It's a deal.
All right.
I'd appreciate though if you could swear on it.
I
Lay
I do some. I basically step out of the cart for a second, grab like a fistful of dirt, do some druidic phrase, smudge some stuff on my forehead, smudge some stuff on his forehead.
As you're doing it, he's like,
Then I go.
what is going
And
on?
I go. It's done.
Yeah, I assume that means you're swearing an oath that we honor the agreement. All right.
I bring my finger, pricked it. You need the blood still?
Good.
Okay.
Take 1 damage. It doesn't. I mean, you guys are about to rest anyway, so it doesn't make a whole lot of difference.
That's not a big deal.
All right. With that said, you guys take your rest. You make sure that he gets the care that that you take care of Doran as needed, so that he's able to recover from the events as well.
Yep.
So we're going to be ending tonight's episode there.
Yes.
Everybody go ahead and mark that you've taken a long rest, so your spell slots are back / you're at full health. Okay. So, that is the end of tonight's episode. Thank you everyone that was watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it as much as hopefully everyone here had playing it. With that said, the schedule is we're going to be doing the next episode next Tuesday. On Thursday, I'm going to be streaming more Subnautica. Then on Saturday, we're going to be doing Kingdom Come Deliverance and possibly some other game and possibly another game. Depends on how long the stream goes. We will go ahead though and pass around the table for other stream announcements / if anyone else wants to say anything. Same way we introduced.
Alright, yeah, so over on my channel at twitch.tv/Refractal Studios, this coming Thursday we'll be doing some painting. I'll be painting some miniatures. On Sunday, I'll be playing with you. We'll be playing Aristea, which is a board game based in the Infinity Universe.
Yep.
And then the week after that, we'll actually change it up a little bit, and Wade will be joining me learning how to play Infinity. So it'll be pretty fun. Yeah, that's what I have going on.
You have any announcements? I know you do.
Yeah. Coming up, we're going to be on Guild Armfell RPG. That's going to be my channel. We're going to be starting some D&D campaigns going on, kind of like this, going through some different role-playing settings, different characters, and couple different storylines. Should be probably in the next 2 to 3 weeks, so stay tuned as we get closer to it. There'll be more on social media and my channel and whatnot. So we're really excited about it. Fun.
Cool. You have anything that you want to shout out or?
No.
Cool.
No, I'm good.
Sweet.
Yeah, Viz is battling himself, man. He's battling within himself, and hopefully we'll see his outcome next round.
Out of character, I'm honestly kind of glad you attempted to break into the back of the tavern.
I am. I'm really glad I did that.
To avoid spoiler territory, though, we're going to end the stream there. So thank you, everyone that tuned in. I'll see, hopefully, some of you guys on Thursday. If not, I'll see you next Tuesday, where we see how these guys progress in attempting to take down a drug ring. With that said, thank you so much to everybody for watching. I'll see you guys next time.
Yes, y'all.
Cool.